Let me check first if it's live. Oops. Am I live on YouTube? Hello YouTube? Oh, okay, I'm live. Hello YouTube! Welcome!
Hello YouTube!
Today we're gonna talk about Fall 2024 animes. Yeah. So, let's introduce ourselves first. Hi, I'm Raeyei. I am the overlord of Pupistan, formerly called Manilandia. Everybody's welcome to my country, whatever you may be. Next, Xander.
Hello, my name is Xander. I have the highest power level of everybody in this stream. I'm a vampire VTuber, and I am the best here. That's right. Why the silence?
Wait, what? Did you say anything? Sorry. Okay. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about the Fall 2024 anime. So this was like, the idea is, I should have done this at the start of the season, but we're kind of late, but it's fine. So the idea is, we watched the first episodes of all the new animes this season, not the second season ones, of all the animes this season, and we're gonna rate them, so you don't have to. Like, we will say if we recommend it or not. Because in reality, there are actually a lot of shit animes, and there are some hidden gems that you might miss because it's low rated, but it's actually good. So that's the whole idea of this stream.
Had so many. So we watched so many.
We watched so many. It was so many.
It was so rough.
It was so bad.
Oh my God.
Like
it was so rough.
Imagine, like, animes are supposed to be watched to have fun, right? But when we did it, it felt like fucking work. Like, it was so horrible. I felt like I couldn't watch anime for a while because it was so bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like here's the thing, is like a lot of these like concepts and the synopsis of each anime, you know, like we read the summary, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them did not appeal to either of us.
Yeah.
and that was the hard part, because we're just like going into this, we're like, I already know I don't like the setting.
Yeah.
But
we're
doing
try
this
anyway
for content.
Not really, because like sometimes the synopses are bad, but the anime is actually good. Or like you think you wouldn't like it, but sometimes you would actually like it. So we gave all of them a chance, at least for one episode. Yeah, so you guys don't have to suffer. We suffered for you guys. Okay.
We suffered for you guys.
There was a lot of suffering. So we divided the workload. So some of them I watched, some of them he watched, some of them like we both know what happens. So yeah. By the way, did you finish watching your list?
I missed like three. But it's okay. Don't worry.
I don't have a fuck you toggle, but fuck. Okay, anyway, yeah, well, it's just 3 animes that he missed. So for those 3 animes, just watch them
There's
yourselves.
a lot. Okay,
I know.
There
was
like a lot on the season.
Chat, the list, there's like, I think like 60 animes this season, and then the list that we had that were not season 2 or continuing anime was I think like 40, or was it 35? Something like 35 to 40.
It was 35. It was 35 to 40. Yeah.
Something like that. So we had to suffer through that. So yeah. Anyway, let's start. Okay.
I'm ready.
Let's go. Hold on.
Let's go.
Let's
Can
go.
you share your window?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It's all good.
Also, this is gonna be like super chill because I got busy with the Jeopardy, so I didn't get to prepare a lot for this.
No, that's fair. The Jeopardy was the big event.
Yeah, this is a side quest. Okay.
Side quest.
Did we binge watch it? Okay, not gonna lie. Should we tell them the thing that we did or no? Because it might ruin our reputation.
Yeah, we might as well be candid. We watched, so in a lot of them we watched them at 2x speed.
Yeah.
Because, and like, it's not because we didn't, I mean some of them we didn't enjoy, right? But a ton of the anime we watched, just because we were running so short on time, it was really hard for us to fit in
30 plus
like
anime.
one episode of every single anime.
Yeah.
Like we originally started very ambitious because the usual rule is 3 episodes, right? Before you drop something. But as we were trying to do that, we had to crunch so hard. So.
But next time, we'll prepare early. Do you hear that? I said we. So we're gonna do it for the next season.
Say less.
Yeah, let's go.
Winter 2025.
Yeah!
Here we go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suffer again, bitch.
So, we love suffering. Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Come on now.
Okay, my bad. Okay,
right.
let's go. So we're gonna go like from top to bottom. Okay. Yeah. Starting with Dan. Happy birthday to you. Oh, that's the wrong Dan.
Oh, what? You're saying happy birthday to me? What the heck?
Yeah, because you know that you know the start of happy birthday. Feel like
What? Happy birthday to you. That?
no,
no,
no.
there's no dun. There's no.
You don't
there's no
know?
in happy birthday.
Before you say
What?
happy birthday, you say Dan. Happy birthday to you.
I've never heard that in my
really?
life. I've never heard that in my
maybe
life. No, it's always been happy birthday right
local
away.
thing. What the hell? Okay. Anyway, now you
Region
know.
locked.
Yeah, region locked. Region locked.
Yes, region locked. It's a region locked happy birthday.
Okay, yeah, I guess it's a Filipino thing. Okay. Anyway, Dan. Well, let's read the synopsis first. So the people that don't know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know it, but for the people that don't know, this is the synopsis. I'll read first. Reeling from her recent breakup, Momo Ayase, a popular high schooler, shows kindness to her socially awkward schoolmate Ken Takakura by standing up to his bullies. Ken misunderstands her intentions, believing he has made a new friend who shares his obsession with aliens and UFOs. However, Momo's own eccentric occult beliefs lie in the supernatural realm. She thinks aliens do not exist. A rivalry quickly brews as each becomes determined to prove the other wrong. Despite their initial clash over their opposing beliefs, Momo and Ken form an unexpected but intimate friendship, a bond forged in a series of supernatural battles and bizarre encounters with urban legends and paranormal entities. As both develop unique supernatural human abilities, they learn to supplement each other's weakness, leading them to wonder if their newfound partnership may be about more than just survival. I don't want to read the synopsises anymore.
Why?
It's so long. I feel like we should just summarize it. Yeah.
Summarize it? Okay. I can do Dan. I think the best way to explain Dan is it follows a story of 2 high schoolers who both believe in one believes in aliens, one believes in the occult. And essentially, and we are gonna have when we explain these animes, we most likely will have some spoilers of the first episode.
It's just the first episode anyway.
You know, that's the only way for us to really explain it well. But it turns out that in this universe, aliens and occult are very linked, almost essentially the same thing. And it is an action-packed story, not so much romance as many people would had believed for the synopsis, but it's very action-packed and has amazing animation. How are we rating these, by the way? How do you want to
how about if we just say we recommend it or not? Because like
okay, I 100% recommend Dan.
Yeah,
100%.
same. 100%.
It had amazing animation, beautiful, fluid. Colors are great. The art is awesome. The characters are very, very lovable, even from the first episode. Exactly.
Yeah, characters are likable.
And there's a reason that it's the opening just popped out everywhere. Like everyone knows about Dan. Yeah,
Creepy
we don't really have to
nuts.
say much about it. I don't think. Creepy nuts.
Do you know if Mal has a dark mode? I don't think it has.
I don't think so.
Yes, we're gonna be it's gonna be bright to keep us awake. Yeah, highly recommend. Everybody knows it. You guys should watch it if you haven't. It's really good. If you guys know Creepy Nuts, they're the same people that sang Bling Blang Born. So that's how you know it's a banger. Okay, that's one. You know something else that we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to, like, if we don't remember the anime, even though we watched it, it means it's not that good.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we want to talk about any of like do you want to talk about at all any of the continuations, or?
I mean, if you have anything to say about them, but I think our main goal is to find.
Yeah,
like,
we'll just stick with the new ones.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna skip like continuing animes. So we're gonna like talk about the new ones. Okay. Uzumaki. Okay, so in our own
Ooh.
words, I'll do this one. So
Okay.
Uzumaki is a story from Junji Ito. If you guys know Junji Ito, he's a famous um author or creator of horror stories. If you guys know Tomie, Tomie is one of his more popular creations. So he's like the same creator as that. So naturally, a lot of people have high expectations of this anime. Do you remember the bad anime? Okay, so yeah. So basically Uzumaki is about a town that for some reason a lot of weird things has been happening where what do you call that? Uzumakis in English is
Yeah, Uzumaki is Japanese for spiral.
spiral. Yeah, so a lot of spirals have been appearing in town. It is pretty weird. So if you're not used to like weird things, you might be weirded out by this. But it is pretty cool. I think I really liked it based on the first episode. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people said a lot of things about the later episodes being, you know, the animation lacking and a lot of things. And we did take a peek at the other episodes, but overall, I actually kind of disagree with the sentiment that it is terrible. It is not. Let's put it this way. Episode 1 was fantastic, amazing for a psychological horror style anime. It was super good, and in comparison, the rest of the episodes are terrible, right? But like, I think if you were to kind of look at it through the eyes of, or you know, like as a regular anime, it's very watchable, and I think the concept itself is very interesting, right? In the first episode, we learned that spirals, when you look at spirals, you want to become one. You kind of like, it makes you go crazy. It's all you see. It's all you think about. It's like that kind of anime where it infects people and takes over the psychological. And I think the story itself is really well done. And I do think I'm going to end up giving it a chance later on.
Yeah, I do want to watch like the rest of it. But it's mostly also because like I don't really care so much about the animation. I'm more of like the plot kind of person, and I like a horror as well. So if you're like me, who doesn't care much about animation and who cares more about the plot, I definitely recommend Uzumaki.
And I think it is only 4 episodes, and it's finished airing, so the story itself has already been told.
Yeah, I actually want to watch it when I get time. Yeah, Sam. Yeah, okay. That's good. We're going great.
Yeah.
Later.
We're going great.
Later, when it gets to the shitty part, I don't know if we'll remember.
I know.
Okay. Blue Lock animation. Shit. Do you guys see the meme about the Blue Lock animation? It's so shitty.
Look, I'm a die-hard Blue Lock fan.
He is.
And like, okay, look, let me put it in this perspective, okay? The manga for Blue Lock is freaking amazing. It's freaking amazing. The manga for Blue Lock is freaking amazing if you're into like hype factor, right? I like to use hype factor to describe things like solo leveling and you know, like crazy anime where like God of Ragnarok or something like that, right? Hype factor is very strong in Blue Lock, and as a person who read Blue Lock and is currently still reading Blue Lock, even if the animation isn't amazing, I very much enjoy seeing my scenes voice acted.
Yeah.
Because the voice actors do an amazing job, and that itself is pretty good for me. The voice actors themselves are amazing in Blue Lock. So even though the animation isn't fluid and it's not super good, it's the hype of the scenes itself that does it for me, and I'm more invested in the story.
So it's like reading a manga, but with voice acting, basically. I mean, if you like that, then go ahead. Well, the thing is, like, I have not been a fan of Blue Lock since season 1, so I can't really say much about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Just treat it as reading manga with voice acting. Exactly. I wouldn't mind that, honestly. I guess you could give it a chance if you like the plot, but yeah, not for me. Okay, next one. We're skipping this since it's a second season. Ao no Hako. Oh, this one is so highly rated. It's 8.38 according to Mall.
According to Mall, 8.38. So
do we read a synopsis? or
Yeah,
you summarize
I'm
it?
gonna put it into my. I'm gonna summarize it in my own words.
Okay.
Because this is what I absorbed from episode 1. And I remember us watching this like a little far back, like near the beginning of when we started doing this idea, right? Aono Hako, otherwise known as Blue Box, is an anime about a junior or a freshman high schooler. I don't quite remember. And then their senior, who is either a junior or a senior, right? And it's about her. It's a romance. It's a romance, but it has pretty well animated action scenes in
It's
terms
so
of
high
sports.
quality in animation style.
Yeah, it's very high quality. It's a very high quality anime. The animation is very fluid, and it's about him wanting to be a, I believe, pro badminton player, but he gave up. But she, the female character, is a very well renowned basketball player in their city, or like in their scope of high school basketball players, right? And as she's like pretty much famous in the school. As they get closer together, she reignites his passion for wanting to pursue pro badminton, and that's how the whole story goes. And it's a lot about their romance with each other, how they inspire each other, and how he goes and plays a bunch of badminton. Like the badminton scenes are really well animated, the basketball scenes are really well animated. Yeah, I think just because I'm not much of a romance person, I did not continue watching it, but I believe if you're into any kind of romance and any kind of sport anime, it's worth a shot.
I see. Honestly, I am a fan of romance, especially rom-com. I am not so much fan of a drama. So when I watched the first episode, it felt, and I this is one thing that I also don't like, is unrealisticness in terms of romance. So like this particular anime falls through that trope where they just immediately freaking fall in love. They're like, oh, she's so great for like, I don't know why, but like they're just in love. And then the girl is like the typical popular girl, and then she just falls in love with like a random guy that has nothing special. I mean, this guy, like you said, gave up on his dreams, like he was about to give up, but for some reason the girl just likes him. So yeah, in terms of animation, it's really great. It's really high quality. But I think in terms of story, I think it's like pretty generic. I think maybe the target audience is not me. The target audience is probably like males who want their crushes to fall in love with them. I'm so sorry. So yeah, not for me. Honestly, I don't know why the rating is 8.38. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think what really I think as a male viewer, what kind of dug a hole deeper for me is that the female MC like has a very plain design. If you look at
that's true
in the cover art, and then the secondary female character that we see, the pink-haired girl, which is actually the main character's best friend, we learned in the first episode, has an amazing design.
That's true. She's
like she is
cute.
so cute. She is so freaking cute. If she was a main character, I'd be watching this alone.
Yeah, Xander is the type to watch because of how a character looks. I get, yeah.
I mean, I really like it when the character has a good design.
I see. This is great though, because like you're the kind of person who looks at anime visually. I mean, you look at them visually, you care about like when we were watching, he really cares about like the animation of like fight scenes and all that. But for me, I don't really.
Or even just like fluid animation.
Yeah, or fluid animation.
Like, yeah.
But for me, I don't really care so much if the animation is shitty, as long as the plot is great. So we're getting two different perspectives here, you know, from a female who likes only plot and who doesn't care about animation, and a guy who likes animation. Okay. Next. Yeah. So I would not recommend that.
And I counteract myself by liking Blue Lock, but
that's true.
It's the hype factor. It makes like the little kid in me scream, "Whoa, that's so cool!" You know, like I love that stuff.
Yeah, you're a little kid. Okay. Next, this one is a season 2, so we're not gonna talk about this. Season 3, season not that one. This one, season 2, not this one. Season 2. This one. Let me see. Okay,
so
wait, based on the image and the title, do you remember anything from this anime?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I actually, do you want me to summarize this? Because I kind of can.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So if I remember correctly, this anime, the when we read the synopsis, I was so uninterested.
Yeah.
I was super duper uninterested.
Same.
But they kind of caught my attention in the first episode with a torture scene, which is kind of crazy. And that really set the scene, or set the setting for what we were supposed to expect with this kind of anime, which is a very realistic depiction of, I believe, old Poland.
Yeah.
Right? I think it was like 14th century Poland or something like that.
That
and it was about. Yeah, I tried to absorb the information as best as I can. It was for this, right? 15th century. I read it right there. 15th century Poland. And it follows a boy named Rafał who started out in the slums. And then he got picked up by, somebody, because he figured out, like, as long as he can impress everybody, everyone's gonna think he's worth something. And so he's trying to game society. And he wants to, study theology as a show of status, because at that point in time in Poland, studying theology and like everything about Christ and all that stuff was the highest form of science.
And they have the church has like a lot of power back then.
Exactly, the church has a lot of power. Like we've heard, I'm sure you guys might have learned in history about church commanding armies, right? Back in those days, like the church would like command armies and like all that kind of stuff. So they had a lot of power. They were essentially as strong as the government. But his real passion is heliocentrism, which is the theory that science. Earth revolves around the sun. Yeah, the science that Earth revolves around the sun, and the sun is the center of the universe. Because in theology and everything that they believe, Earth is the center of the universe, and everything revolves around the Earth, right? And I think the way that they explain through the storytelling and the plot of people in that time starting to understand and find out that the Earth revolves multiple times a day, and that's why we have a day and night cycle, is super interesting. That being said, I'm not interested. I think if I had and I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. If I had an open mind, if I was an open-minded person who didn't, have boxes that need to get hit, like ticked up for anime, like cool action and all that stuff, I think this anime would be super fucking good. I still think it's super fucking good, but I just don't think that it grabs my attention. It's not made for me. But I would say definitely give it a chance, because it might catch you by surprise.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, when I read the synopsis, it was about like theology, heliocentrism, and history, basically, because it's set in the past. So for me, the synopsis didn't catch my attention despite the high score. So I went with it expecting nothing. But surprisingly, it had like, I feel like the plot is really good. Like, it's told in a way that's interesting, because like if you think about like theology and all that, it sounds boring, right? But they made it interesting by like making it realistic in terms of like, they're gonna show the torture and all that. They're gonna show like they're showing the, what do you call it, the consequences back then of believing in something that not everyone believes in, which is like the believing in heliocentrism. So there are parts that are interesting, which is like the torture parts, and then there are parts that are not interesting, which is when they talk about theology stuff. So if you're into theology, I would definitely recommend that. But if you're like me, who don't really care so much about history, I'm not a fan of historiological. Fuck, I lost my English. Historical. If you're not a fan of historical stuff like
that's
me,
very historiological of you, Raeyei. Wow.
I hate you. So if you're not a fan of historical stuff, I would not recommend it. So yeah, like even if there were interesting scenes, like the torture, which I absolutely love, I think just the premise is not my kind of thing. Probably it will appeal to people who like science and history, but it's me, not really.
I will say it appeals, and I have a certain box for MCs that get ticked. Is an MC that is smart and tricking everybody around them and manipulative. And I think those kind of MCs are super interesting, which is what this MC kind of is.
That's true. I agree.
Right?
He was interesting.
And so if you do like that, you can should definitely give it a chance.
Yeah. He manipulates people in he outsmarts them and manipulates them, which is really cool. I also like that kind of trope. But yeah, the main topic though puts me off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah, so if you're like me, no, won't recommend. If you like history and science, would recommend.
It is also by Studio Madhouse, who's also known for like really good animation as well.
That's why the animation is really good. Apparently, it's by Studio Madhouse. Okay.
Actually, can we go back and look at what Blue Box
Animation studio? Hold on.
Telecom.
I have never heard of them, but they're really good. The animation's really good. Okay, next. Where are we? Kimi wa Maid-sama. I've watched this.
That's all you.
That's all me. Okay. Okay. Not gonna lie, the first time that I saw, I mean, now that I'm seeing it again, I actually forgot the first episode's plot, which means that the first episode's plot is not that memorable. I remember now. It's 7.14, but right off the bat, I will let you guys know that this is your typical anime that's targeted towards lonely males. You know why? Because so on the first episode, I remember now, on the first episode, a random maid just appears right in front of his house saying, "Will you hire me?" For no reason at all. I mean, I guess they're gonna explain it in the next few episodes, but that's basically what happened in the first episode. And then, so she's also the typical clumsy MC, but she what do you call that? She can assassinate. She's kind of like your forger. I guess that's the appeal. She's like your forger. She's very clumsy.
I see.
So here's the thing. She's a maid, but she can't do house chores. But she's an assassin too. So she's really good at assassinating stuff, but she's bad at house chores, which is weird. And then the guy...
This kind of... Would you... Sorry. Wait. I'll let you finish.
Okay. And then the guy has... For some reason, I don't... They also don't explain in the first episode, like, if he pays her or anything like that, but he has like a really huge house, but his house is also very dirty. So like that's the setup for why he quote unquote hired the maid to clean stuff. So yeah, and I think this is a romance, so eventually they're gonna fall in love and stuff. It's also comedy, but I didn't really find it funny. So yeah, and the MC and the lady is a typical, "Oh, you don't need me, I'm sad" kind of girl. So it really appeals to the lonely males because like, oh, this girl needs me and all that, which is so unrealistic, right? Because she's a maid, she can kill people, she's really strong, but for some reason she has these issues of confidence, which is weird. And like she really anyway, what were you saying?
I was gonna ask, like, do you think it kind of gives Black Butler vibes at all? Because like it kind of sounds like it would. Or is it more about like an assassin type of character who's just trying to live a normal life?
I think this is more of like a slice of life comedy romance where they fall in love, and that's just her trope, being like a clumsy lady who can assassinate. Basically, I don't think the plot goes deeper than that from what I've seen on the first episode, I guess. So I honestly wouldn't recommend it. The girl kind of reminds me of Komi as well, Komi-san. So if you like her, maybe you would enjoy this. Komi can communicate.
Like kind of like kudere type of girl.
No, not kudere. It's like the needy kind of girl that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because like I know some males like girls who would need them, you know, something like that.
I understand. Yeah.
Kudere, is she? I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I wouldn't recommend it. Don't waste your time. That's it.
Wow.
You're welcome, chat. I suffered watching through this. It was so painful because I absolutely hate tropes where things just happen just because, you know, like, oh wait, just because he needs a maid and stuff.
How would you compare it? It kind of reminds me of like Dragon Maid, right?
Dragon Maid is funny.
How would you compare it to Dragon Maid? Dragon Maid is funny and this is not so funny.
No,
okay.
Not at all. The only funny thing that the comedy that they play is the girl being clumsy. That's it, despite being an assassin.
Got it.
Yeah, everything else is whatever. Okay, next. Dragon Ball Daima, no. Ranma 1/2, no, because it's like a remake. Raeyei wa Tanin ga ii. I watched this one. He didn't watch it because we split the load. And most of them are watched by me. Just so you guys. I mean, it's my thing, so it's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, idea.
Yeah. Okay.
I understand. I was also grinding TFT at the time, so I didn't know.
He's fucking, he's brain rotting on TFT. Okay, so this one, Yakuza Fiance, Raeyei wa tanin ga ii. Do I remember the first episode?
I've seen clips of this, and I kind of, from what I understand, it was about, and correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't watched it, right? From what I understand, it was about two Yakuza families, and they set up their heirs for an arranged marriage, right? Is that what it is?
Oh yeah.
Is that what it is?
Damn, you remember more than me. Even
they
though
set up
I've
the heirs for.
I
mean, I watched clips because everyone told me this was super good. Right, so I saw some clips on Crunchyroll, and from what I understand, she is wanting to separate herself from the Yakuza life, but and then he is also, and she as in the female lead, and then the male lead is you know, really into that Yakuza life, and just like he's kind of promiscuous. Is that right or is that wrong?
Okay, so I kind of remember now as well, since you've told me about those. So yeah, so they got an arranged marriage because they were both from Yakuza. So I would say right off the bat, this anime is made for girls. It appeals to girls more than males, and it did appeal to me. I would say that the plot is typical, very typical, where the guy is like cool and all that, and he likes the girl just because he likes the girl, and the girl is the type that is like put off by the male at first and then eventually falls in love. So it's very typical shoujo, very typical anime that appeals to females, and I would recommend it for females. If you're a female, I recommend it. It's pretty nice. It's only because I really like cool characters, cool males that, you know, they act really cool in front of the female. They're not like the clumsy. They're not the clumsy type, and they're not the type that are like goody two shoes. They're like very playful. So yeah, if you're into those kinds of male characters, like the cool types, then I would recommend it to you, my female audience. Any females in chat? Say people cute. Watch it now. You like this anime? It's also nice for males? Oh, I see. I mean, I don't really have a male perspective, so I don't really know if guys enjoy these, because I do feel like the male has more appeal than the female characters. So I'm not really sure how male watchers feel about this.
Can I ask you something? Okay, so I'm reading it a little bit here. And just in the synopsis, right? It says Kirishima, which is the male lead, wants a spoiled and arrogant fiance who will ruin his life. And then when Yoshino does not meet his expectations, Yoshino is gonna be the female lead, I assume. Kirishima reveals his true colors and openly insults her, and she wants to take revenge by making him fall in love with her and breaking his heart. So does that ring any bells? Can you talk more on that, like from the first episode? Like, was that displayed? Because that sounds, you said typical shoujo. After reading that, though, I want to say I disagree. Again, I didn't watch the first episode, but it doesn't sound typical shoujo. It sounds like it's for people who like crazy.
You're right. On the first episode, that didn't happen yet. So on the first episode, they were still acting like they like each other.
I see.
So now that you read the synopsis, that actually sounds way more interesting than it is. So I definitely
love crazy. That's why I got interested.
I like the part where they try to, like, you know. I also like that kind of plot where they slowly fall in love rather than, oh, I got love at first sight kind of thing. So this is pretty cool. I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
I want to say the one thing that put me off of this, though, is the art style, and this is a personal thing.
Yeah.
The face shape of characters remind me of like older anime, like Initial D, or like 80s, 90s, which honestly it's done well. It's done well, but like I just have a hard time getting used to that because I'm so much more used to shonen style.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I love. I love shonen style type of art, or like puffy round faces like Alya-san from last season, for example. That's the kind of stuff I like.
Yeah,
so it's hard for me to get behind, but it sounds very interesting, and I should probably give it a chance.
Yeah, I do think it's good. I should watch this when I get the time too. It's really good. How would what did I rate Dan the Dan? Oh, we're not really rating. We're just saying if we recommend it or not.
Yeah, but we do talk as much as we can about the anime that we watch.
It's that one is really good though. Like I would give it a 9.
Do we want to give ratings?
I guess we could.
We can go back. Okay, let's go back to
now. Now, okay.
Didn't you make a list of stuff that we wanted to rate with? Like criteria?
Art / animation, plot, and characters. Character likability.
Hold on. Art / animation,
plot,
character likability, and then plot, right? So those three: art, animation, character likability, and plot. Can you pin this message or some form of it? I don't know, so I can like refer to it.
I mean, we can just write in Discord.
You're right. True. That's true.
R / animation.
Okay. So how would you rate the R / animation out of? You want to do out of 5, out of 10? I think 5 is probably easier. 10. You want to do 10?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can go first. For art and animation, I would say for Dananan, I give it like a freaking 10.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. I love the art style. It really gives me modern shonen vibes, and I fucking love that. Animation is just so fluid and so crisp. And they have, and let me like just, I've been watching every single episode, and they have not faltered. They have not fumbled. They keep it crisp. Yeah. Every single episode is insane. Yeah. It's insane. And also something that I like pointing out when it comes to this stuff is angles, right? Like they always have really good camera shots, like from like character poses during action scenes, slow mo frames, where like, you know, raindrops slow down, shit like that. They do it so well. It's so amazing. It really gives that nice,
especially like, the Acro Silky episode. That's so good.
Exactly.
So good. Yeah. And
the character poses and that was so good.
Yeah. I agree with everything you said. I give it a 10 too.
Yeah. Plot wise, oh yeah, sorry. I should let you talk about. Okay, let's do it that way. Instead of me doing all 3, we'll just go one by one.
Yeah. I already
do you have anything to add for art?
I agree with what you said.
You have nothing to add? Okay.
Yeah, you said it really well.
Okay. Plot wise, I will say plot wise, it's a little hard to follow in the first episode, and you understand it a lot more as it goes on. Slow start. But yeah, it's well, not really a slow start. Like it's very.
It was weird at the start.
I was given the implication that it would be a very wild type of everything anime, right? Like because there's so much that happened in the first episode, and I feel like that itself was a little bit hard to follow. But as episodes went on, I think by episode 5, I understood the story. So I'm gonna give the plot like a 7 out of 10 because nothing was clearly defined in the first episode. And if I'm just rating purely based off the first episode.
I see. First episode. For me, I'd give the plot a 9, only because for me, I really like obscure anime plots where you don't understand anything at the start and they slowly reveal it. I absolutely love that type of plot. So the plot was made for people like me who love obscure,
I see,
and it slowly reveal kind of thing, slow reveal stuff. So yeah, I give it a 9.
Okay, character likability. I think for these we just focus on MCs.
Really?
So yeah, I think we should focus on just MCs.
Okay.
Or do you want to like talk about side characters? But I feel like
we can add side characters too.
I think memorable side characters will add in.
Yeah.
But going off the first episode, the only ones that I really want to talk about are the 2 MCs, right? And I want to say Ayase Momo, which is the female MC, the girl with the pink hoodie that you see there, pink sweater, sorry, is a 10 out of 10. Like she is so sassy and she is like Gyaru type, but like she is like just
she's so nice.
She's like girl boss. She's like she's so girl boss. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't give a fuck about people. She just wants to do whatever she wants to do. And if someone like pisses her off, she's just like, fuck you. Like you pissed me off, right? Yeah. I really like characters like that. Characters who have a personality. Yeah. First episode of the male MC, like I hated him. I hated him. I hated him. He was timid. He was like just shy. He grows into his own character later on,
Yeah.
but judging based off the first episode himself, I hated his demeanor. I thought he was too timid, too shy, and he wasn't willing to do anything. And he was a big crybaby. But I'll give him like a 5.
Yeah, I agree with you with Momo. I absolutely love her as well. And I also agree with you with this guy. But I do think like they did that on purpose, not so we could hate them, but so he could grow into his own character. So he was well written, I would say. Like
I think he's very well written. I think like
they made us hate him.
Sorry, I was
yeah, because that's their
I was just gonna
purpose.
say like fuck, I keep cutting you off.
Okay, yeah, say it.
I don't know. I was just gonna say like at the by like episode 5 though, I love his character now. Like they've written him to be like really good. By character 5, he's really sick. He's so cool.
I absolutely love his what do you call that? The what do you call that? The oppositeness of his character. Like I forgot the right term for it.
Well, I don't think. I know what you're trying to say, and you want to say like his character's developed and he's kind of like changed.
No. The difference between him and his alter. I love the contrast. There
I
you
see.
go. I love the contrast.
I see what you're saying. I see.
Of like his two personalities is what I'm saying.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it.
I do. Yeah, I want to say actually, it just takes time. I think the quirks that annoy you about him in the first episode actually start to like play out as an entertaining character later on. Right? Yeah, it grows on you. It's like one of those that grow on you. Yeah.
Okay.
Uzumaki.
This one is kind of weird.
You can start.
Though, animation and art. Well, like I said, I'm not like an art kind of person or animation kind of person. So for me, I would give it like 9 for the first episode. Like when you see the gruesome scenes, it's really gruesome, and they really made it really well. And I absolutely love gore as well, so that's why I give it a 9.
For me, art animation on the first episode alone, 10. There's a lot of very small things, and keep in fact that this anime is completely black and white, like grayscale.
That's true.
There's no colors. But even with that, like there's little details of like
look at that.
The hair movement. It's just small things like hair physics when they like look to side. Yeah, exactly.
Look at the details like, too. Look.
It's very detailed. It's very detailed. Yeah. This especially like that face scene just now.
Yeah.
It's extremely well done. I think it's extremely well done, and I'm very amazed that these characters feel so realistic with the animation. Right, because that's the vibe you want to give. You want it to feel like these characters are very alive.
Okay.
10 out of 10 for art animation.
That's true. For episode 1, we don't know about the next episode because we didn't really watch that.
We skimmed it. If I wanted to go over the other episodes, it dropped to like a 7.
Yeah. What was the next one?
For that first episode, really good. Plot.
I give it a 10. Just because, like I said, I like obscure anime. If you like obscure anime like me, it's a 10 for me.
I also say 10. Say 10.
Yeah.
10 purely because like, it's hard to do psychological horror well. But because of the reactions and the writing of the characters make the idea of the horror like very believable. And that's all I want when it comes to horror is that it's very believable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, and like it really, you have to create atmosphere when it comes to horror anime. You have to create atmosphere properly for the viewer, and they do it really well. All the writing, the voice acting, everything. Plot's really good.
Yeah. Okay, last one is likability. Character likability. I mean, like we said, like I think they were really well written, so I would give it a 9 maybe. I mean, they're not like perfect, but yeah.
Now I'm gonna tackle this differently because I'm going to say character likability. I'm gonna focus on the 2 characters that are currently on the poster. My attachment to them is literally like
0.
Nothing. Zero.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Zero.
Yeah.
I wasn't very invested. I'm more invested
in this
in
the town.
than the mystery behind whatever's happening in the town.
Right.
And I'm curious to see what happens next and what challenges they go through. But the characters themselves,
Very generic.
it could be very generic. It could be any other character happening, and it wouldn't change the experience for me. So I'm not attached to the characters.
Yeah.
Character likability, I would say 5. Give it a 5.
Yeah. Not memorable. Okay.
Yeah.
I you know what? I do think like we're taking too much time on each. Like, so maybe we just stick to
one broad rating.
Yeah, one broad rating. Like we can like tell about like we just average them.
Okay.
I don't know, Hako. Right. What would you rate it?
Hako, total rating. Art animation is really good. Plot is kind of meh. Character likability is kind of meh. I think maybe my total is I give it like a 6.
Oh, I'd give it a 5.
Yeah.
I would. No, actually, I give it a 3.
If like, they swap the side girl and the main girl, I'd give it an 8. I'll tell you right now.
See. I give it a 3 because I feel like even if I ran out of anime to watch, I would still not watch this. That's how I feel. It's just I cringe every time characters fall in love for no reason at episode 1. Unfortunately.
That's fair.
That's me though. Okay. Where were we? This one. Chikyu no unde ni tsuite. Orb the movements of the earth.
Now here. I want to be super objective with it, right? So even though the premise is boring to me, and and I probably won't give this a chance because it's just not my style. If I were to rate it objectively based on how well the art and animation is done, and how well the plot is written, and how likable the characters is, I'd give it a 9.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, and it's because the character has depth, the animation and art, even though it's not flashy, it's done well, it's fluid. And the plot itself is definitely well written, because even with no interest in any of this, I didn't even know the word heliocentrism existed, but I understand. And by the end of the episode, I understand what we're gonna be, what journey we're gonna be going through, and I think that speaks to itself.
I see. So I'm gonna speak on this as like subjectively. Objectively, I do think it's good for people that enjoy this kind of topic. But I'll give it like a subjective rating, because like despite having good animation, despite having good story, and despite having like a very likable main character, it still did not make me want to. I mean, this is like the kind of anime that I would watch if I have nothing else that interests me. Yeah, I would watch it definitely. But just the plot alone, since I'm like the plot kind of person, right? Like, or like, it since it doesn't, heliocentrism, theology, history doesn't interest me, I give it a 7. That's my rating.
That's fair.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Okay. Kimi wa Maid-sama. Very good art. Shit plot. Typical plot. Unlikable character. The only likable character, I don't even know if I like the main girl, because she's the clingy type. Unlike your Forger, where she tries to stand for herself, she's the type who would like sulk if the guy doesn't like her back or something. Like she would actually sulk. Like she doesn't fight for it, she would actually just sulk. So I would rate it 1. Don't watch it. I will never watch it again.
Wow. Okay, I don't have a rating for it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. Fine, maybe 3 because the art is good.
Alright, Raise?
Rise wa tanin ga ii. Raise. Oh, it's Raise. Yeah. He's saying Rise.
Rise? It could be Rise or Raise. Oh, no, it's definitely not Rise. It's definitely not Rise.
Raise.
Yeah, it's Raise.
Yeah.
Raise. Like the Valorant champions.
Oh, yeah.
I can go first for this one. but I would say, and keep in mind, I've only seen clips. But I think I would still give it like a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, just because the premise is super interesting to me. The characters sound like they have depth because they're both crazy, which is, crazy characters always have depth, usually, if they're written well. The only reason it's like not like super good is like I just can't get behind the art, me personally. But objectively, I think the art is really well done, and in the clips I've seen, it's fluid, right? Like the animation feels realistic. It feels like they're moving. It's not PNG lock, right? So yeah, I think it's like I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
I think I'd also give it an 8. But this is a biased opinion because I really like the plots that are like this, but I didn't give it like a full score because the plot is very... I feel like I've heard it before, It's like two people getting pit together out of their will, and then they try to sabotage each other, but they end up liking each other. I've heard that many times, but I would still watch it anyway. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Okay,
right.
We're moving on to a new anime. It's called 結婚するって本当ですか? 365 days to the wedding.
365 days to the wedding.
Did you watch this?
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
So, from what I understand, right, this anime is about two characters, Takuya and Rika. Takuya is the male lead, Rika is the female lead, and they both work in the same company. And I believe it's a traveling consultant agency or something like that. That's what I want to believe. And essentially, they're opening a new branch it was either in Antarctica or in Alaska.
Yeah, somewhere
we
far.
learned in the first episode. Yeah, somewhere very far. And they said, their manager says, we're going to pick people to relocate, people who are single and able to travel. And these two characters, Rika and Takuya, are both single. Yeah, and they came up with a plan because Takuya's main thing is he really loves his cat. He doesn't want to leave his cat behind. They come up with a plan to pretend they're getting married, and in order to avoid relocation. But what happens later on is everyone it gets spread across the workplace, and now they are stuck in, pretty much continuing to pretend to get married. So now they have to play it off. But, over time, they get closer and closer to each other. And the reason it's called 365 Days to the Wedding is because Rika says, hey, if we can keep up this lie for 1 year, everyone will forget about it. And that's the idea.
Yeah. So they're just keeping it so they don't go to Alaska or Antarctica, wherever that is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your rating for this?
Rating? I want to say... art animation is very mid, but it's just like a slice of life comedy romance kind of thing, right? Slice of life rom-com. So it doesn't need amazing animation. I think the characters are drawn well enough that it's not going to hinder your experience. So I'd give sorry, wait, I forgot we're not doing individual scores. Plot wise, actually I would say kind of an interesting premise. I haven't heard of this before. I mean, I've heard of people pretending to, be a couple and then they end up becoming a real couple. Freaking rent a girlfriend, right? But
you rent a girlfriend.
I would say, yeah, I would say using like with the premise of their workplace pressuring them to get together is actually quite interesting. So I think I give the plot maybe. Sorry.
A what?
Character likability. No. Sorry. I forget we're not doing individual scores. We're doing one big score. Character likability. I like the female character. The female lead is kind of like a kudere type of character.
Yeah, I love her too.
I actually relate to her because her philosophy is, I don't care about anybody else but myself. But like, she's not doing it maliciously. She just doesn't have the capacity to be social.
Yeah.
And I feel that. I relate to that.
Emotionally unavailable.
Emotionally unavailable character, yeah, exactly, which is interesting. You don't see that often. And then the male character is a character who is I can't really other than saying he's a soy boy.
Yeah.
Like he's a very soft kind of character who just loves his cat and is kind of a very timid.
He's very
I don't like the male lead, but I really like the
Mhm.
female lead.
I agree.
I would give the total rating of the anime be like, I don't know, 6 out of 10.
I see.
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, this plot has been done over and over. I have watched a lot of romance, that's why. Like, where
see.
they're forced to be together. Just like the Yakuza family who are forced to be together. This plot is basically the same. They're kind of forced to be together because they don't want to leave the place that they live in, so that they're forced. So for me, the plot is very typical. The scenes, the romance scenes, is also not that appealing. So the girl is very appealing, but I'm not like interested in these kinds of guys that are just kind of go with the flow and all of that. So as a female, it doesn't really appeal to me. I think this anime is geared towards males more because of the cool female character rather than the male dorky lead. So yeah, so for me, I would give this 3. Like, the art is good, but the plot doesn't appeal to me so much. I'm not interested in watching more. Like, based on the first episode, I don't even think I laughed once, despite... Oh wait, no, there's no comedy. I guess it's not comedy. So yeah, I didn't find any scene funny at all. I didn't find anything entertaining about the anime, unfortunately. Yeah, that's my rating. Unfortunately. I won't recommend it if your type is like
you give it a
me.
4, right?
3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Yeah. You gave it a 6. Wow, look at you. Give it a 6. But I feel like if
I gave it a 6.
Yeah, but I feel like, if we're like forced to watch this, I feel like I would watch it more than you would, though, even though you rated it higher than me.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is I'm also like you said, this trope isn't done often. For me, because I don't watch a lot of romance anime.
Okay,
I'm not used to seeing this trope, so it's kind of like more of a
see.
fresh thing for me.
I see. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, next. Hitori Bocchi no Isekai Koryaku, Loner Life in Another World. Have you watched this?
Yes, I have. So basically, our MC is a loner named Haruka, and this is for all you guys who like your isekai slop. He is the loner in his class, the loser, who gets transported to another world and gets left behind while everybody else goes out and goes on their, grand adventures. This is one of those, not one person was isekai, but the whole classroom was isekai, right? So he was the last to choose his abilities because of the fact that everyone else chose all the good stuff and he was late to the party and whatever. But then, your typical, oh my god, these shit skills that I chose are actually really strong.
Typical, yeah.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think also, because it was a while ago that I watched it, but also the god that transported them to the other world said, oh, since you're the last one and I have so many skills left over, you can just have all of them, even though they all suck.
Yeah,
Is that what happened?
So what happened was he was trying to choose the skills, but he was like, yo, these are all trash, what the fuck? And the guy was like, oh yeah, you should go already. You know what? Since you really need to go now, and since these are all trash, you can have all of them. That's basically what happened.
Yeah. And then it just turns out that, through some oversight, all of these combine together, and with our main character's geniusness, they turn out super OP. Yeah, there's nothing I watched. I gave it a chance because I want to see if this, because I will always watch every isekai, but I will stop if the action is bad in the first episode. And the action did not blow me away in the first episode. I remember it being very like still frame and like just some effects that would cut things to the next scene. So that didn't blow me away. The art is okay. I mean, I think the characters are cute. I think they're drawn well. Plot wise, very typical, but isekai slop. I'm not gonna dock any points of the plot because it's been done so many times before that at this point, if you don't do the plot like this, it just feels wrong, right? Character likability. Now also, Ray, correct me if I'm wrong because it's been a while since I watched it. I think the character themselves is they're a loner, but they like being a loner and they want to stay away from everybody.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I think if he was just a little cooler, I would have liked him a lot more. But he seems like he wants to be a loner and timid because he has no social skills versus he wants to be like if he was I want to be a loner because I hate everybody, I'd like him more.
I see.
But I think it's he wants to be a loner because he has no social skills and
No,
people bully
actually,
him or whatever.
actually,
No?
he wants to be alone because he likes to be alone. More like it's not that he doesn't have social
Oh, really?
skills. He actually has social skills. Yeah, he just
Oh, I
he
see.
just doesn't want to bother with people. But he's not like the cool
Gotcha,
type
okay.
that's like I don't want to bother with.
He's not the
people.
cool type.
But he's just like I don't want to bother with people, casual kind of thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. In that case, I would probably
Like a
give
bookworm type.
the anime itself. Yeah,
Mm.
I'd give the anime itself maybe like
Hello, brigade leader.
7. I give it a 7. Isekai slop, but like
Ah.
watchable isekai slop probably.
I see, I see. Okay, for me, I watched this. I'm actually updated only because I had nothing else to watch, and because I didn't want to watch like a really good anime because I don't want to binge watch. So I watched like a thing that I know is not that interesting, but is sort of interesting. You know, something that you can watch like one episode a day kind of thing. So that's how I started watching it. I am updated. So, in terms of plot, it is like what you said, a done and done isekai where apparently my trash skills is overpowered. The skill that I got from this god is apparently overpowered kind of trope. So what I like about this is the guy actually tries his best to like be alone. He's not the typical guy that's like, oh, I must help people. Oh, I must do that. I mean, he is like that, but at the end of the day, he's only doing it because he feels forced to. So yeah, so that's the charm of him. Although yeah, he is typical isekai basically. What else is interesting about this anime that's unique about it? Yeah, I think the only thing unique about it is that he wants to be alone, not gonna lie. Everything else is very typical isekai. Although, I would probably give it a 6. You can watch it if you run out of isekais. And you're an isekai trash lover. I mean, I like isekai.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my rating for it.
Okay.
Watchable, but not the best out
Watchable.
there. Hello,
I'm surprised that I'm giving things higher ratings.
That's
than
true.
you. Maybe I need to be more. I need to be more strict on stuff now.
No, I think it's because you're like being objective and I'm being subjective, more like.
Fair. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Next. Let This Grieving Soul Retire. Did you watch this or no?
I did not.
Okay, so I watched this. Let me try to remember. I watched so much. Real quickly. Who are these? What? I promise I watched them, but I don't remember them. That's how probably bad it is. Well, not bad, but like not memorable. You know what? I'm gonna read the synopsis real quickly to remember. The Golden Age has dawned for treasure hunters who raid treasure vaults all over the world in search of glory, despite the dangers. Immeasurable wealth, fame, and power await those who prevail. Let's be treasure hunters. Oh, okay, now I remember. So, first episode, nothing happened.
That's it? Nothing happened?
Basically, so I'm gonna tell you what happened in the first episode, okay? So in the first episode, apparently this guy named Cry, is, like, there's this event where parties look for party mates. Like, people gather to look for party mates. And then there's, like, these, prestigious parties where everybody wants to, like, be recruited by them and stuff. And then there's this Cry, Andre, who apparently he says that it's been like 5 years and nobody is recruiting him for some reason. And then he meets like some fellow folks in the line. He makes some friends there. And then apparently, for some reason, he was just in disguise. And he's like the greatest. Like, he's the leader of the greatest party for some reason. Apparently he is. So that's what happened in the episode. They reveal that he's the greatest, and then that's it. That's it. It's like overlaid
So
with
it's a
NC's.
typical.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's
so
like one of those typical like.
so apparently as well, like they think he's great, but apparently he's not, because his party members are really great, and his party members just decided that he's gonna be the leader, but he's actually weak. So nothing much really happened in the first episode, and nothing interesting happened, and nothing made me want to click next. So, and I feel like it's really important to appeal, especially in the first episode. So I would give it like
100%.
2. Yeah, they think he's the greatest, but he's the shittiest. Like, sure, it sounds nice on paper, but they didn't really like execute it properly to make it like more interesting. It was very poorly executed. The whole premise of it, or like the whole supposedly appeal of it. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
That's also
what did you say you'd rate it?
2.
Okay. All right. So this is a skip. This is a giga skip.
Yeah,
okay?
giga skip.
That's what you're saying.
Don't waste
Alright.
your time. Don't waste your time. I already wasted my time. Don't waste your time. Okay. Next. This is second season.
I see what's next.
Season. Mao!
Mao 2099.
Mao!
All right, I got this.
Yeah,
All right.
you got it.
So, the Demon Lord, way back in the day, in the whatever medieval times, gets killed by the hero. He dies. Revives 500 years later, but in his fantasy world, ended up merging with Earth. And now he revives in what is now known as Super Future Shinjuku, the cyberpunk
It's like
metropolis.
cyberpunk. Yeah, it's like mix of
Yeah,
magic
it's a
and
cyberpunk
technology.
metropolis. Exactly, mix of magic and technology. Basically, what happened is that once the two realities merged together, they took the humans of Earth and the magicians of the fantasy land world he came from. They learned to harness the power of magic to fuel technology, and because of that, everything advanced like way faster, way faster. So he revives in a completely different time, 500 years later, and he finds out that all of his like
Immortal
dark
friends.
disciples and stuff, immortal friends, have pretty much been hunted in like these things like witch hunts, akin to witch hunts, right? Immortal hunts. And he now has to figure out life in this new world. And so it's a typical reverse isekai, I would say, right? Would you say it's reverse isekai, Ray? Or
Reverse isekai? I don't even think it's isekai because it's this. Oh wait, actually, it's a merge of worlds, so not sure.
I would say I would like to say it's a reverse isekai. I would like to say it is a fantasy man thrust into a new technological world, and having to find his like footing. And I think it's very interesting because I personally really like Mao 2099. What really grabbed my attention was Toa, the Hololive VTuber.
Oh yeah, they showed Toa.
The Hololive VTuber showing up as one of like the the things that like pop up like the Shinjuku Square, and I was like, that's so cool, right? We're VTubers, so I wanted to watch it, and the plot itself was like really interesting. The art is well done. The characters look very interesting. The characters are written well. I really like their demeanor, their personalities. Even from just the first episode, the characters have a lot of personality, especially the main character. He's cool, but he is he's cool, he's chill, he's kind of goofy. He's like a himbo type, I would say. He's super himbo type.
I don't know what's a bimbo.
But that really appealed. Himbo, he's like bimbo but man.
I don't know what's a bimbo.
Dumb blonde stereotype is bimbo.
Okay.
Yeah, and then himbo is like
a male version of that. Hot dumb man.
Hot dumb, exactly, hot dumb man, exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, I got it.
Yeah, and I think the characters themselves are very interesting. The way they interact with each other is very interesting. I give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow, that's pretty high.
Yeah, the cityscapes and the backgrounds, just as you were
So
playing
good.
that, the cityscapes and backgrounds are so beautiful.
Yeah.
They're super beautiful.
Oh, you know
right?
what else?
They really drew the world well.
What else? It's the soundtrack. the music is so good.
Yes.
Like every few
Soundtrack is
seconds,
really good
they
too.
have like different music, and the music is so great. That's like the one thing that I noticed about it too. Aside from having really great plot, really great enjoyable characters and all that, and animation, the music is so nice. And it's very rare to like find animes that have good musical score, because you know it's tend to be overlooked.
100%, yeah.
By animation. Yeah. Okay, I would give it probably 8. Only because like I feel like my expectations were kind of changed midway. So at the start, I felt like this is just me, because like at first I felt like it was gonna be more comedy, like, you know, funny dumb guy doing dumb things in New World, like becoming a Twitch streamer and all that. It's not a spoiler, right? But yeah, and
whoa, we're doing it based on the first episode, Raey.
Oopsies. and then like eventually it turns into something more shonen, where they fight amongst each other and all that. But
we're doing based on the first episode, Raey.
Oopsies. Okay. Well, fuck. Okay, based on the first episode, I'd give it a 10. But based on all of the rest of the episodes, I'd give it an 8. Only because I'm not a super fan of shonen. Like, I skipped Chainsaw Man. I tried to watch first episode.
That's crazy.
I tried to watch the first episode of Chainsaw Man, but here's the thing, like, I'm not an action fan. There was like a lot of good animation, a lot of good action, but when there's action, my eyes tend to drift off. Like, I'm like, oh, where's the plot and all that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, since you gave it that, based on the later episodes, I give it a 10. So I counteract that.
We have different
because
tastes.
I enjoyed it a lot more as it went in.
I see. So yeah, I wanted more comedy, but it went more on the action route, unfortunately, or more plot. But yeah, I mean the plot is good, but there was just more action. So yeah, it is really good though. I highly recommend it. It's a very enjoyable anime. But yeah, I wish there was more comedy.
I think you skipped Chainsaw Man. What the hell?
I tried watching the first episode, but there was too much action, and I felt
Did you skip Mashal too?
No, I love Mashal. It's comedy.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so, but your eyes would drift apart when they would like do action.
No, it was pretty funny. There's a lot of plot in Mashal.
I can't believe this.
And you know what else? JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen. Did you finish that?
Yeah, I freaking love JJK.
So I tried watching as it goes during ongoing. So I watch weekly, but I eventually lost interest because there was just so much action.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, we have different anime tastes, which is great because we have like different opinions for different animes, you know, because not everyone has the same type.
I think for me, it's, I think specifically for me, I think what really caught me for Chainsaw Man, and this is like a little off topic, so I'll keep it short. Is like,
yeah.
It's definitely the art though. Like the art for Chainsaw Man, crazy good. I think it's like the art and the memes that came out of it are so good, so good. I would say I feel the same for JJK too. It's the art and the character design. Chainsaw Man, art and character design, 100%.
Yeah, my chat says
like,
you're reading the chat, right?
Huh?
Are you reading the chat?
Oh, I am reading it now.
So it says Chainsaw Man is. Somebody said Chainsaw Man is crazy good, and then somebody said Chainsaw Man is mid. It's basically us.
Basically us, yeah.
Somebody asked if you watch Bleach TYBW.
Yes.
What's that?
I have been 1,000 Year Blood War. It's the new part of Bleach. And again, I'll keep it short. Because it's just trailing a little bit off topic.
Sorry.
But it's the new season of Bleach. Basically, Bleach original run, it was 360 something episodes. Then it went on break for like 10 years, and then it came back in the last few years with the final arc of the manga, and it's been so good, and they've improved everything. And
I saw the animations were great.
I've been a fan of Bleach since like ever. I started watching when they aired like episode 20 when I was like a kid.
Nice. Yeah, I have not seen any episode of Bleach, like not even one episode, so I don't know.
It's definitely hard to watch now because you know back then the standards were really low.
I understand.
But if you can find a way to catch up and like, oh, they've done it so. I think what I really like about it too is you can definitely see how the mangaka's like evolution of art style really went crazy. You can compare like chapter 1 panel 1 to like most recent, and like, oh my god, the way he's defined his characters through art is insane.
Okay, let's go back to the topic. Next is 歴史に残る悪女になるぞ. I don't think you watched this.
No, that's all you.
Yeah,
I'll become a villainess who goes down in history.
Okay, right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you guys, I might be biased because I love villainous animes. I don't know if you guys enjoy villainous animes, but yeah, this one. Actually, you know what? Let me try to remember real quickly because I actually forgot. I just remembered that I enjoyed it, but I don't actually remember it. Hold on.
So this is like a typical reincarnation. I just read the synopsis a little bit. It's a character who reincarnates in her Otome game as a villainess in the Otome game.
Yeah.
Okay. Expand on that from what you remember.
Okay, I remember now. Okay, so this anime is the typical villainous anime where they get reincarnated into an otome game. An otome game is a game that's targeted towards females, where you play as a girl and you try to get male characters to like you, like a reverse harem. So she got reincarnated into this otome game where she's the villainess instead of the main character, which has been done many times. So it's very typical. The difference between this and the other villainous anime is that she actually wanted to be reincarnated into the villainess. Like, she really likes the villain instead of like the main character. So yeah, so in this anime, the premise of it is she tries her best to become a good villainess. But the thing is, like, as she tries to do her best to become the good villainess, she ends up being like the best character. And the thing as well is she's trying to train the female lead into become a better female lead, so they would actually have competition. So that's
so this is like a villainess that wants to be the villainess.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
like
whole
this is a villainess that's trying to fulfill her role as a villainess.
Yeah, she absolutely
like,
a super fan of being a villain. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So she wants to go to the freaking bad ending.
She's trying to avoid it. She's actually trying to win as a villainess. So
oh, I see.
Yeah, she's trying to be quote unquote evil, but she ends up doing things that are like that are good for everybody. And everybody, but since she's trying her best, all of the guys start to like her. Something like that. Typical, you know, reverse harem stuff. It is very enjoyable.
I like this premise.
It's very enjoyable for me. I like the art. I like the characters. I like the plot. Yeah, did I say that? Yeah. So I would give it
I think you did.
An 8. I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, this sounds very interesting because I've watched a few villainous anime, right? And a lot of them are not memorable for me. I usually drop them. The one I did watch all the way through the first season, I don't even remember the name, but the main lead was Katarina.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty good too. Yeah, Katarina.
Yeah, that one I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that one. But they all have the same premise of where the villainess is trying to avoid her bad ending, and oh my god, I got reincarnated as a villainess by accident, you know. But this one, so she had a choice. She wanted to become the villainess, and she's like, I'm going to be the best evil woman,
exactly
best antagonist I can. I like that. I think this is definitely something to give. I've never seen this spin on it, so I'm down to give it a try. Yeah,
it's very interesting. I do think it's geared towards females because there's a lot of scenes where the guy is just cool and okay. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
You wanna know why? I saw the art and I wanted to avoid this because the character looks like you remember Biol, our friend that we were gonna play Monster with?
Yuna.
Yeah, it looks like her. So I avoided it in the art. Yeah.
Why? You don't like?
It's very funny.
You don't like seeing your friend in an anime?
No, it's just it too. I need to separate it, you know.
Okay. I see. What the hell? I don't think I've ever like relate an anime character to a VTuber friend. Or maybe I just don't have a lot of VTuber friends right now. So yeah, I haven't seen like a character that looks like a VTuber friend.
Yeah, I think it's just like I need to disassociate it first in my mind mentally.
I see. Wait, someone said, oh, so she's trying hard not to be the love interest, but she ends up anyways. No, she doesn't care about the love part because she just wants to be a villain. Although she does like the main character, so I mean, she has.
She
to,
does want to. Yeah, she wants to enjoy the act of being evil.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Okay, next one. Did you watch this one? Saikyo no Shei.
Oh, yes.
The most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan. I think this is a you thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
I'm gonna say this is the one time I'm gonna give it a biased opinion.
Okay.
Because I love I love what I've seen with this anime. Basically, in this world, there it's the equivalent of like quirks. Okay, there's job classes, right? Job classes that determine your powers and your abilities, and everyone's there's an adventure guild, a merchant guild, like your typical fantasy stuff, right? Now this is not an isekai. The main character is born into this world, so he grew up in this world. He is the grandson of the world's greatest seeker, which is a name for adventurers that go out and do like you know the tasks and bounties that are put on the guild board. Now what I like about this is because he was given the weakest class called Talker, and which is, you know, this is again very common trope of main character gets the weakest class, right? But the thing is, he is OP and strong because of his class is determined weakest against monsters, right? His class is called the Talker. But the thing that I really like about this anime and that makes me really interested is the reason he's strong is because his class Talker is strong against humans, and you're not supposed to use your abilities against others. But he doesn't give a fuck. Right? And basically he has abilities that allows him to manipulate other people.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And in the first episode alone, he got betrayed by his party that he was with. So he freaking turns around and uses an ability to turn them into slaves and sells them to make back the money they stole from him.
You know what this reminds me of?
Yeah.
Keyagura.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, what?
What? Oh, what? Never mind.
Wait,
yeah.
which anime?
No, nothing. Okay, and then.
Wait, what? Yeah. I like the premise of it because I love it when characters aren't afraid to be when a protagonist is not afraid to be evil. That's what draws me in. Now, art and animation wise, the action scenes are very lacking. In terms of what you would expect from a crazy action scene. What's carrying it for me is definitely the plot and the character likability. The main characters, we don't meet the other main characters until later episodes, so I'm not gonna talk about them. So I'm only gonna talk about the current main character. But it's just he's unafraid to use his abilities to get his way. And he's unafraid to use his abilities to, manipulate other people so that he can get his way. And I really like that. He's not a goody two shoes character.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like
you would expect from most fantasy anime. He's not a goody two shoes character. He will fuck you up. Look at the art style, right? He's painted as an antagonist, and it's great. I would say he's more like the Punisher from DC Marvel comics or whatever.
I don't.
Sorry, the DC comics.
I don't watch.
DC. Just think of an anti-hero.
Just think of an anti-hero. Joker. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Exactly. And well, he's not crazy though. Oh, he's sadistic. He's sadistic. He doesn't give a fuck about other people's feelings. But he's not he's not crazy, right? And the thing is too is he knows he's weak because combat wise his class is weak, so he trains like crazy to get super strong, which is also really nice.
That's interesting. That's nice too. You know who's not like that?
Yeah. Who?
Takabichi fucking week from episode 1 till end. From Tokyo Revengers. Do you watch Tokyo Revengers?
Oh, Takabichi.
He's fucking weak from. He can never fucking train.
Yeah.
I hate him for that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. My rating for this though, I'd probably give it like an 8.
I see.
I do like it. I'm caught up to date.
I see.
And I'm not gonna spoil what happens later on, but he becomes more. He grows on you. He does more fucked up shit.
I see. Based on what you told me, I would probably watch it. It seems like an enjoyable anime.
Yeah. It's nice.
MC being an incredible, unredeemable bastard is the best part. Oh, I'd recommend this manga if you don't enjoy the animation. Ah, I see.
Ooh,
Much better design. Yes. That's what he said. Okay.
I did read the manga panels as well, just to compare, and I do think this might be something you might enjoy more as a manga.
Oh, because it's a lot of yap, I guess. He's a yapper class, basically.
He has a yap class, but I mean the voice acting is good. I do enjoy the voice acting.
I mean, I don't really mind the animation, so I'd probably watch it. I'm not an animation kind of person. Okay, this one. Amagami San Chino and Mubusi tying the knot with an Amagami sister. Did we watch this? I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll talk about it since it seems like you don't really remember.
I mean, I remember as you say.
So, Uryu Kamihate is our main character, and all he wants to do is study English. And he wants to major in English. He wants to be really good at English. And for whatever reason, this reason was lost on me as I was watching. But he goes and he joins a foster home, probably to further studies, at an Amagami shrine. And in the foster home, he comes upon 3 sisters who are all shrine maidens, who are working at the shrine and stuff. And we spend the first episode getting to know the characters. They all have different tropes and whatever, like different typical anime girl tropes. And he doesn't believe in anything spiritual. So they clash in that because the girls are highly religious, right? And there's some, in the first episode, this is still the first episode, there's some, mingling and then them interacting with each other and like getting into conflicts and whatever, the arguments, stuff like that, debating about whether, he should believe in the power of God, whatever. And that gets solved, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it turns out that after he meets the grandpa, who's the one that accepted his fostering, that the grandpa is like, oh, now that you're here, I want you to marry one of my daughters. You get to choose.
What?
Yeah, so you can you can be the heir of the shrine. And that's how this whole thing happens.
So it's just that's
everything in the first episode.
That sounds like just a typical harem with no plot.
Typical harem, exactly.
Like the plot about him not believing and them believing is just so they have some conflict.
It's just so they have conflict, exactly.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I watched this, but everything you told me just now, I felt like I didn't watch this at all. What the hell? These are all new info to me. What? But I have 100%.
We watched it at the same time, right?
I know, but everything you told me, I felt like, what? That happened? So that's how it just went through my head. What? That's interesting.
You clearly did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, the animation didn't really appeal to me. I think I lost interest in the first episode when they had a lot of those
I remember now. I remember now.
Lucky Skebe. Lucky Skebe type shit.
You know what I remember?
Yeah, what?
I remember that it had a lot of fan service. That's all I remember.
Exactly. It was a lot of, oh my god, I tripped. Now I'm on top of you.
Yeah. Okay, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I remember, honestly. I don't remember the part where he wanted to learn English. I don't remember the part.
That's all you remember? You're a gooner, bro.
I don't remember the part where his grandpa came and said that he has to marry one of the things. I don't remember them arguing about, who believe, I don't remember it being a big argument about them, about the spiritual stuff. All I remember is that there's 3 sisters, and there's 3 scenes where they're on top of each other.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Interesting that you actually remember, and I don't.
God, I can't believe that this is your idea, and I'm the one who was actually taking notes as I was doing this.
I mean, we'll get to the part where I'm the only one I watched it and you didn't, so it's fair.
True. True.
Okay. Oh, you would give it a what?
I give it a 5. Okay. I'll be like, if I'm gonna be so honest, I usually don't mind having like
Fan service?
having some harem fan service slop every now and then to watch if I'm like bored. But the characters just didn't appeal to me enough. That's the main thing. The characters like themselves are too just very typical, you know, like, very typical to their show. Very typical like pushy character, very typical like aloof character, they're very typical like tsundere. Like that's like the 3 tropes of the sisters, and it was just too basic for me.
Steven Scapta, thank you for the 7 months. I mean the 56 months. For me, I'd probably give it a 2. I guess if you really like fan service, then I would recommend this. There is no plot. It's just fan service. That's all I see in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're that I mean, like, honestly, if you're just gonna go for fan service, just go for the actual thing, you know?
What's the actual thing?
The H.
What's the H?
The harem. Harem.
The harem? This is a harem.
Yeah. Like the hey, you don't have a tie? You don't have a tie. Okay. Anyway.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Wait, what's the H?
Harem.
But this was a harem.
Like, never mind. Let's move on. Okay. やり直し令状は言って陛下を攻略中. The do-over damsel conquers the Dragon Emperor. You did not watch this, did you?
I did not watch this, no.
Okay, I watched this. I am updated. So, but I'll try to talk minimally about the plot. So this is not really isekai, more like a time loop where the main character dies. The main character dies, and she gets reincarnated back to her past self. So this is like a fantasy world where there's like wars and kingdoms and all of that, and she's a fighter. Her main thing is that she's really, really strong. Like, she's blessed by a god where it makes her really strong. So here's the thing that people might find weird about it, is that the main character is, I believe, 10 years old.
Yeah,
and
that's what it says in the synopsis.
Guy is like 20 plus, but her actual age is 17, I think. So yeah, so she gets reincarnated in 10 years old. The main character guy is a himbo, actually. He's like Gap Moe. So he's cool at times, but at the same time he can be sweet to his girl. Okay, what can I say about the plot? So the plot is honestly, it's nothing special. It's like about War of the Kingdoms, and she's trying to like save the kingdom of the main guy. And then there's this curse where so apparently this guy is cursed by some god where if ever he gets like a wife or any girlfriend or anything like that, she's gonna kill them because she's obsessed with him. Or like she's gonna possess them and something like that. So the reason why the girl has to be young is the goddess can't possess people younger than 13. So he looks for a wife that's younger than 13, which is the girl. I don't know if I'm explaining this really well. Yeah, so basically the whole...
Continue.
So basically the whole plot of this anime is about her being a good leader, fighter, saving his kingdom from the political stuff, and at the same time trying to save him from the curse. So basically that's the whole premise of the anime. And if you like romance or like cool guys like me, I think I would recommend it if you're a girl like me and who likes cool main characters. So yeah, but if you find it yeah, I don't really know what I can say.
I
That's,
mean, back in medieval times,
Uh-huh.
people did get married at like 13 or
I guess this was set
something,
like
I guess.
at like very very early things. Like, yeah, I think the setting is that. I think.
I'm looking at the thing in the synopsis. I guess
Mm-mm.
it's a 9-year age gap. The dude is 19 and the girl is 10.
Uh,
But
she doesn't act
yeah,
like a
what did you
10-year-old
recommend?
though, because since like she's actually 17. But yeah, her body is that of a 10. They don't really do anything spicy, which is, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
They don't know. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Anyway, fuck. I give this a 7. I
Yeah,
recommend
okay.
it if you like cool guy leads.
Can you
The
tell
girl-
me
the girl
more
is
about
kind-
the
Mhm.
girl's kind of what?
The girl
Okay,
is
finish your
cool
thought,
too.
you
The
finish it.
the girl is cool too. It's because like
Okay.
she's not the damsel in distress type kind of person. She actually fights for the guy. Like if there's like an action scene, she's the one who's fighting. She's also the one who fought the
Gotcha.
goddess. So yeah, they're both pretty
Okay.
strong. She's not dependent on him. She's like a strong, independent woman, and she's also like a military leader, as you can tell from her clothes. So she leads like the army because she had like a previous leader experience. So yeah, she's pretty cool too. The only thing that's
I see.
weird, like weird, or people might find weird, is that she's 10 years old. But yeah.
Got you. Okay. Cool. Okay. Can you tell me more about the time loop thing? Because you mentioned like she was like stuck in a time loop. So
Okay.
is it like she's failed multiple times over and over again?
So
or-
it's not really a time loop. My bad. She just died and she came back to a previous day when she's
Oh,
like
I
10
see.
years old. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not. It's a one-time loop. I don't know if there will be more
Okay.
loops in the future if she dies again, but so far
Mhm.
there's only one loop.
Because I was gonna say, like, if it was a time loop that where it happens over and over again, that'd be very interesting. I'm kind of disappointed to hear that's not.
Yeah, it's not.
Because there was an anime a few seasons ago. I don't know if you've seen it,
Mhm.
but it involves like this main female MC that has like pink hair or something,
7
and she's on like
time
her like
loops?
seventh. Yes.
Yeah, I've
Seventh
watched
time
that.
loop.
You like that?
That one's really good. I really like that
Mm.
one. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I think
Like-
I think I remember reading the manga afterwards because I wanted to know what happens next.
Yeah. I think it's because like that character was badass too. Like she was cool as fuck.
Yeah, I like her too.
She lived like a life as a soldier, pretending to be a dude, and then she brings that to her next life. It was.
That's true. She's also like a soldier. That's why I like this because
Oh, I see.
because they're both cool characters. None of them are like none of them are wimpy.
Gotcha.
Okay, next are. Wait, I think this is something that you missed.
Well,
So Xander missed
So
3
basically-
of his list. Uh-huh.
so basically, this anime is about
Mm-hmm.
a human that managed to defeat the oldest, most powerful dragon, and then after that, the dragon was woken up and he kind of isekai'd into like a regular world, right? And then basically, the dude walks into a swamp. Okay. The dragon isekais as a human in a new village, and he walks into a swamp and he meets a girl who is like this like half snake, half like human creature called a lamia. And she's like looking for a partner, but she scares everybody because she's half snake. So the dude is like, hey, you know what? I used to be a dragon. I'm not scared of you. So then it becomes like this like rom-com type of stuff.
How old is she?
And like the
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead.
and then it like takes place in like that. It's like them like going on like an adventure together. kind of thing.
I see. Well, you just explained the synopsis, I believe.
Exactly.
Yeah. We haven't watched
I just read the
it!
synopsis and put it in my
Yeah.
own world.
Yeah.
Put it in my own words.
Yeah, that's what I remember too from reading the synopsis before. Okay, well,
Yeah, I can't give it a rating because I did not, unfortunately, we did not have time to watch. This is one of the ones we did not have time to watch.
yeah. Yeah, but based on the synopsis though, I feel like it's something that's pretty not that interesting.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't get to watch it because it was just not interesting, so it went to
It
the
was just
bottom
very
of the
low
list.
on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a unique plot. It wasn't
Yeah.
a unique thing. So we put it on the bottom list and it was as one of those like if we could get to it kind
Yeah.
of things.
Okay, next. The healer who was banished from his party is in fact the strongest. I think this is me. How come I don't remember these characters? Did I actually watch
Here,
it?
let's read the synopsis and see if you like watched it. Healer gets booted from his party because the leader notices he isn't really contributing much to the team. Soon enough, the healer must look for new members to party with. After finding a cute martial artist to work together with, he reveals his secret. While he's a fairly mediocre healer, he actually fights well in close combat. This is a story of a support who's secretly a DPS, and where the entire conflict stands in the fact that he never told his old party he was a DPS.
Yeah, figured.
I see.
Okay, I remember now, actually. I remember now. I watched this. So, in the first episode, nothing much really happened. What just happened is that he was trying to look for a party. He had like a post. He was like standing with like a sign saying, looking for a party. And then there's this girl who was like, oh, I want to be party mates with you. But then everybody around her was like, no, don't. He's like a shitty guy who only has level 1 heal. He's a healer, but he only has level 1 heal. But she was like, no, I really wanna party with this guy. And then they eventually party together. And then he shows that he's actually strong and stuff. So, and also the reason why she wants to party with him is apparently he saved her in the past. So basically, that's everything that happened in episode 1. Nothing much happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like one of those typical like, oh, I got banished from my party because they thought I was weak, but it's because I never showed them my real power.
Yeah. So it's very
okay.
Yeah, it's very the plot is very overdone. The character felt really boring, honestly. He didn't appeal to me. He's not the cool type that, like, let's say Anos Voldigold or like Shadow.
Oh yeah.
He's not like that type of person. He's actually like I feel like he didn't really talk much in this anime. I felt like it's the girl that kept talking. So he had literally no appeal. It's very typical plot. I would give it a 3. Don't waste your time. Skip it.
Got it.
Yeah. I think Shadow is cool. I think he's funny. Like, I am.
I think Shadow is cool as hell.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I think he's cool as hell. I think it's because of the fact that he's like unapologetically chuny. Like he's just so proud of being chuny,
I like
and
that
it's so
too.
sick.
I like
It's so sick.
Yeah, he's not shy about it.
It's like one thing when you're like, yeah, it's like one thing when you're like chuny and it's like kind of embarrassing and cringe, but he's like,
I'm proud of it.
He's only chuny. He's only chuny because he can be. You know, he has the power to be chuny, so he says, "Fuck it, I want to live out chuny dreams."
I also want to be.
What I would fucking do.
Same.
That's what I would do if I had the power,
bro. I would do that too. I would be like,
if I had hot elf women following me around and they were super strong and I could just do anything and fight anybody, like I'd just be chuny as hell, dude.
Yeah, same. I want to have powers, man. Why was I born in a world without superpowers? Sad. I want to be isekai.
I do. I wish I could be isekai. Cool.
No. Do you think isekai is real? Do you think it's possible?
Do I think it's
Parallel
possible?
worlds. Parallel worlds where there's magic. Do you think that's real?
Oh, I think, yeah, I definitely think there's probably like alternate dimensions where like different realities of us exist. I'm sure there's like a reality where you and me, Ray, are not VTubers but magicians.
That sounds so nice.
Yeah, doing card tricks on the street.
Card tricks? That sounds
Magicians.
like we're poor. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, never
I'm
mind.
sure there's another world, another reality where me and you, Ray, instead of being VTubers, we are wizards.
You're a wizard, Xander.
You're a wizard, right? And
Yeah.
we're like freaking casting magic and stuff.
Yeah,
I believe in
want
those.
that. I want that. And I want to be able to cast without chanting and shit. You know, like the anime.
Oh, you want to be one of those people? The only person that can cast
Yeah.
without chanting.
Oh,
Oh my god, she's overpowered.
I want to be special. You know, if I'm gonna get isekai, I want to be special. Just like these.
That's true.
This
I would
anime
wanna
makes
get
me
special.
delusional. It's fucking delusional. It's like you want to be in these situations, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean it's escapism, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
That's what
anime
that's
is
the
on.
appeal of anime and like most video games is the escapism
That's
part of it.
true. Yeah.
Which is why the plot is so important. I feel like being able to believe that like what's happening.
Okay, next.
What is you?
Suno.
Oh wait, I remember this.
Yeah, watch this one.
All right, I can talk about this. Do you remember much of it?
I do remember.
Okay. basically in this anime, there follows Keisuke Nijiwa, who is a salaryman, and he was working at his job, and he was like, when he first came and he did a presentation, everyone was like kind of laughing at him, but then this girl was like, you know what, bro, I got you, and then she like helped him, push his dream, his presentation, and his thing to reality. And then after that,
can I cut you off? You know, I watched this too, but I don't remember this. You really have great memory. I'm just gonna say, I commend you for your great memory. I literally forgot about this.
You're fucking welcome. I'll carry this whole segment for you, Ray.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Anyways. Yeah. So this happens, and then after that, after the presentation, and she helps him out, they start to, become more and more close at work, end up getting married, have a daughter. This all happens in like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because this is just like the prelude to the actual plot, which she ends up dying, passing away from some kind of, I believe it was an illness or an injury or something.
I remember.
And then, him and their daughter grow up for about 10 years, live life for 10 years, being sad and depressed and like everything sucks, right? And then she shows up, reincarnated in the body of a 10-year-old child. This one right here on screen.
Yeah.
She shows up, reincarnated as the body of a 10-year-old child, and all of a sudden she starts making bentos for them because she starts yelling at them like, "Hey, y'all been eating convenience store food for every single day since I was dead. That's messed up." And then they like, "Oh my God, it's so good to see you again, Mom," and all that stuff. But I think it's kind of interesting because the wife, her name is Takai, right? The wife, she actually doesn't want to rejoin their family life. She's happy that she gets to see them again, but she wants to live her responsibility as the child of this new family that she got reincarnated with, right? So it's all about this kind of dynamic. And I think, we only saw the first episode, but I think she does nudge him into the direction of pursuing new love and moving on. So it's like that kind of it's like that kind of interesting plot. Art is pretty good, not like mind-blowing. Animation is not mind-blowing. Character likability, I actually really like the characters.
I like the wife.
I think it helped. Yeah, I really like the wife. I think she has a cool personality. I think what really helps with this stuff is like they show the characters being depressed and broken in the beginning, right? They show the characters being depressed and broken in the beginning, which really allowed me to feel more and connect more with them. Yeah, and so I like the characters already, and the plot itself is an interesting concept of like if she was just reincarnated and she rejoined their life as like, oh, like I want you to adopt me as a new kid, then I wouldn't like it. Yeah. But it's because she still wants to distance herself. Like she wants to distance herself.
She wants the better
she just wants to check up on them. Yeah. She wants to check up and wants the family to be good, but she still wants to follow the responsibility of like, it's realistic in the fact that like she's not literally going to move away. She wakes up, remembers her memories 10 years later, and then goes live with them. No, she still wants to carry on her responsibility as a daughter of the current family she's with. Exactly. I give it a 7. I like it.
That's nice.
And I'll probably watch more of it.
Okay. So my first impression from reading the title, which is like something about like my wife gets reincarnated into
my wife
child.
Becomes an elementary school student.
Yeah, elementary school student. Honestly, I thought this was like a D-Gen kind of anime that's forbidden,
kind of like pedo.
Yeah, so I was putting this off, and I was like, and people telling me that it's good, I was like, oh, what? That's how I felt at first. Like, I would not touch this at all if it weren't for this show, for this podcast. Yeah. I wouldn't touch it at all. But actually, so for those who are like putting this off because it sounds weird, definitely try it out. It's not your typical isekai where it's like, there's like the romance or whatever. This one is more of like a mature adult type cast where they don't
actually wholesome.
Wholesome. They don't try to do romance stuff, especially since you're a child. They're actually trying to avoid it by saying like, yo, don't do that because people might think this and that. So they're actually trying to avoid it, which is great. And yeah, like what Xander said, this is more of about like family things, moving on, moving forward. Yeah, new life. It's great. If you like drama, if you like realistic scenarios, if you're the type who gets, let's say, attached and emotional, if you like emotional anime, I think I would recommend this. You're gonna give this a go? Yeah, it's super nice. I honestly thought that I wouldn't enjoy it, but I actually, when I watched the first episode, I felt like I wanted to go next. As in, go next episode. That's how I felt when I watched it. So yeah, it's good. I would give it a 7. This is a personal opinion. I think it's really great, but the thing is, like, I'm not a drama enjoyer. That's why. Like, I prefer comedy or fucked up anime, something like that. I'm not I've been putting off Violet. I've been putting off Violet Evergarden just because it's drama. But I heard people say it's good. Have you watched that?
Violet Evergarden, I have not watched it, but I've seen so many clips and so many scenes. And if anyone's ever seen Violet Evergarden, I saw the scene about delivering a letter every day, or every year, and that broke me. And I really do want to get into it. Yeah, it's very emotional.
Don't watch if you don't get more despair. Really? I wonder. I don't remember what's the saddest anime I've watched.
Oh, for me, it's To Your Eternity, 100%.
Okay, so I've watched To Your Eternity, and I didn't really get sad.
You are a monster.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing too. Xander is the more emotional type in terms of anime, and I don't, which is weird because I'm pretty sure he's an untiltable mountain with no feelings. But for animes, he has feelings for animes, but not for like real people, which is.
What about fucking Clannad? Clannad After Story.
I didn't. I mean, I've seen it, but I didn't like feel sad. Okay, Anohana, I actually cried. That's the only anime. That's one of the 2 animes that I cried in. Anohana and Made in Abyss. I told you should watch it, bro.
It's freaking.
We should watch it.
What about like Your Lie in April?
I haven't watched it. Only because I know it's a drama, so I am putting it off. And I've been spoiled since it's an old anime. I know that it's gonna beep, you know. And so I was like, if I already know that this is gonna happen, is it even worth it to watch? Because like I'm not gonna get like a shock factor or something, you know?
That's true.
What
about okay, have you seen like anime movies? Like did you cry from I Want to Eat Your Pancreas?
I fucking hated that.
You are a monster, bro.
You know why?
You're a monster, bro.
Do you know why I hated I Want to Eat Your Pancreas?
Why? Careful with spoilers when you answer.
Okay, if you don't want to get spoiled,
can you not like say things without spoiling things? What the fuck?
Okay, if you don't want to get spoiled, mute the stream for like a minute. I'm gonna talk about it for a minute. I'm gonna
spoiler alert about I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
I'm gonna do this when I'm done spoiling. Okay, spoiler alert. Mute right now, and then if I do salute again, it means it's safe to unmute. Okay.
Just why don't you? Okay, here. I'll do this. All right, I'll do this, and then you salute.
Okay.
And then once we're done doing this, then we're done spoiling.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start. Mute now. So what I absolutely hate about the pancreas thing is I absolutely hate the girl. You know why? Because she knows that she's gonna die. And what does she do? She tries to get to know a person. She willingly tries to like be close with another person, and that's so fucking selfish. Because like if you're dying, I feel like the best, like if you really care about other people, you shouldn't try to get close to them. You shouldn't try to get people attached to you because you're gonna fucking leave them. You know, that's a shitty move to do. And you know what else? It's like she tried to involve the guy by like making him do all these stuff with her. It's so fucking selfish. That's why I absolutely hate it. It's just so fucking selfish. The lady. It's something
what
else.
You want her to do? Not enjoy the remaining parts of her life?
Wait, something else
what is the fuck? She's gonna die!
Something else is that the plot was so fucking predictable because like at the first few minutes is that they showed on TV like some serial killer and all that, and I was like, huh, why would they randomly show this? This is probably like part of the big plot, and I fucking guessed that she didn't die from her sickness, but she fucking died from something else, which was so fucking predictable. I absolutely hate it. So I hate the main character. I hate the plot. It's so predictable. That's why I hate it.
But like also like but the bro knew. Bro knew, but he picked up the book. He knew she was gonna friggin'. It's also his fault. This is a mutual thing.
But here's the thing.
Consensual.
There will be no handshake if one doesn't reach the hand. You feel me?
The fuck do you mean? Wait, what does that mean? How are you trying to say?
It means like he wouldn't have been sad if in the first place she didn't ask to do those things. I mean, like, okay, if you're dying, the best way to like want to do if you want to do
it's his fucking fault too.
Listen to me. If they want, if she wants to do all of these,
he read the book. He knew.
Listen, if she wants to do all of these before she dies, she should have just grabbed somebody who she's already close with. She shouldn't have tried to like get a new person get attached to her, because that's just adding sad people to the world. She should just like ask her, I don't know, her mom or her friends to do it with her rather than a new person, because she just added another sad person in this world. You feel me?
Man, I don't want to talk with you. Let's move on, bro. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, you can unmute now. Sorry.
So what's the next? What's the next?
Okay, next. Mecha Ude.
All right.
You talk about this.
Okay. Holy shit. So this is one that like, there's a huge disappointment factor. I was really excited because of what I've seen about this anime, and like when we watched the first episode, I was extremely disappointed.
Okay.
Because I came into this, I looked at the art and I was like, Mecha Ude feels like a mix of Soul Eater and Hitman Reborn. You know? That's what I thought it'd be like. So I was expecting something like that. Basically, it follows the plot of our main character. I don't even remember his name because I just did not.
His name is I just remember Alma.
Hikaru.
The name of the arm.
Yeah. So basically, Mecha Ude is about these life forms that kind of manifest connected to the parts, like connected to like their owner's bodies as like limbs, right? Or like different parts, right? Like for Alma, which is the main kind of thing that we're talking about, he manifests as an arm attached to the back of our main character Hikaru. Another main character, the female lead that we see with like red hair, I forgot her name too, but she has two Mecha Udes who manifest as parts of her thighs, and like, you know, she does something really cool. Yeah, like these kind of things, like they're connected to your body, and you fight with them and stuff. It's look at the animation is kind of
so
bong,
good.
bro. for an action anime, right? Like I was expecting so much more. The plot itself was really hard to follow. All I understood was apparently Alma was not supposed to be attached to Hikaru, but because it got attached, he had to like protect it or something, and they had to escort Hikaru to different places. He ends up like joining their whatever defense force of Mecha Udes to fight against other people with Mecha Udes who are trying to do bad stuff, and like it's so generic and so boring, and like I just got lost.
Yeah, I agree. What would you give it?
Yeah, I give it like a 5. I mean, I could be biased because I was expecting so much more, but I give it a 5.
So yeah, apparently this Alma guy is a special kind of Ude. I don't really know what they call it, because he can live on its own. Like most of these things don't function if they're not attached to a human, but this one in particular, he can do he can like walk on his own and do things on his own. So yeah, that's the thing that I picked up. I'm not gonna lie,
Gotcha.
This is not my kind of anime. So I was lost, and I was not interested at all in what was happening. What was what was in front of me just came out of my head. I mean, yeah, so I wouldn't really recommend it. Like, don't waste your time. I know it's a 7 right here, but I guess if you like,
I love shonen slop as well. And I could not get into this because it just wasn't executed well in my opinion. I don't know why it's
Okay.
I changed my mind. I give it a 4.
Okay, I give it a 2. Don't waste your time because we wasted ours. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. Nega Posse Angler. Negative positive angler.
Okay. Do you remember this? Do you remember the
I
plot
remember
about this?
this. So there's this guy named Tsunohiro Sasaki. He is in a lot of debt. He's been like getting chased, and then for some reason I think he got chased into the sea like this. He drowned. The animation was really good though. And
Animation
then
was beautiful.
yeah, and then he got picked up by fishermen, and then they started talking about fishing, and then they taught him fishing. So now he's like living a new life with them, with fishing as the main thing, and they do like part-time work together and stuff. That's basically what I got from the first episode. Did I miss anything?
You forgot to mention. You forgot to mention that the reason he's in debt is because he only has 2 years left to live, and a lot of his money went towards. Because of his 2 years left to live, and this is explained in the first episode. But because of that, he started going into like a downward spiral of his life. He started gambling a lot. And yeah, basically he got chased by loan sharks, chased to the Tokyo Bridge. And then he got on the edge of the bridge and he said, well, if I'm going to die anyways, I'm going to jump off. And he jumps off. And then he gets fished out of the water by the fisherman. And yeah, and that's how he starts his new life. And he says, I'm going to spend my next 2 years of life learning about this stuff.
So it sounds like a drama adult type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You
yeah.
know, I don't remember though, so thank you for reminding me. I
decode that. It's literally in the synopsis that you just read over, by the way.
I didn't read it. I didn't read it.
You highlighted it. You highlighted this part earlier. You highlighted this part earlier.
I know I watched this, but I don't remember the part where he has 2 years left to live.
It's fair. It's fair.
Okay,
it's fair.
here's the thing.
It's in the beginning.
Here's the thing as well. Like we watched too much anime, so most of like the unmemorable ones, I would like just forget. So that's how it is for me.
The main character having 2 years left to live is a pretty big plot point, but I mean that's just me. I will say, I will say my opinion on this anime. Actually, give me your opinion and I'll go after.
Okay, well, again, my opinions are gonna be biased because it's my opinion. I'm not really interested in drama anime where it's very realistic, where they try to live life or they try to like be not depressed and all that, because for me anime is all about escapism, and if it just reminds you of how horrible life is, then I don't really want to watch it. But I do think that the quality is great if you're into drama and if you're into relatable anime kind of stuff, then maybe you would enjoy it. But if you're like me who likes to watch anime that are far from reality, then I would not recommend it. Just skip it. I would give it a 2.
Interesting. So I actually give it a 7. I think, and I'm not interested in like the basics of this anime is all about fishing at the end of the day, or like that's like the main theme, right? The main character has an interesting backstory, but at the end of the day, it's mainly him learning about and loving fishing. And I actually want to give it a 7 because of beautiful animation, beautiful quality. It is done by Studio Nut, which I've actually never really heard of, but I've heard of them, but I don't know what other stuff they've done. Just no, there it is. There you go. They did Tanya. Yeah,
my inspiration
and Decadence, which is also really good. Yeah, and then Fully Coolly. So the animation is really good. It's very good. Yeah. What was it? I think it caters to the people who either have hobbies of fishing or they like to see a realistic slice of life, like not a happy-go-lucky slice of life, right? I think it's good, well animated. The characters have great designs, by the way. I think the 3 mains that we see, the main character is like
Not this one. Mm-mm.
basic, but in like the way where it's done well, because he's meant to be that way,
Mm-mm.
right? But I think the character's likable. I think they all have good personalities. And yeah, I think it's just an anime that it's meant to inspire people to like the hobby of fishing a lot more. And I think it does a good job. Yeah.
Really? Are you inspired to fish now?
I actually, when I was watching the episode, yeah, I was actually pretty interested. I was paying attention. Like it didn't. What's it called?
We're so different.
I think the animation helped a lot though. But huh?
I see. I said we're so different in terms of like types in anime.
Yeah. I mean, you clearly don't like paying attention, so I was.
No. I would pay attention if it's like something that interests me, I guess. But since this is not interesting for me, I guess I couldn't really pay much attention to it because I felt like, oh, another one of those that reminds me of life. I mean, like I've heard this over and over again in life. Like I don't really want to hear it in my anime kind of thing. That's how I felt.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, moving on. How I attended an all guys mixer. This guy, I watched this. Okay.
All right, tell me about it.
Okay, so before anything, I would like to ask you. So, which do you think is female? There can be more than one.
Well, I'm gonna go and assume that bottom are female.
Sorry?
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the ones on the bottom are female. The three.
Why?
Because they're the only ones that like standing out.
That's true. Okay, so based on the synopsis, I honestly thought that this was a... Okay, I'm gonna read the synopsis because it's short. College student Tokiwa gets invited to a mixer by his female classmate Suo. But when he arrives with his friends, they're greeted by 3 dazzlingly handsome men? So at first I thought this was BL.
Question mark, exclamation mark.
Yeah, so at first I thought this was BL, so I kind of put it off. But apparently it's not BL. Not that I have anything against BL, it's just not my interest. So yeah. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so apparently when I watched it, the 3 at the bottom are female and they're just cross-dressing. So they went to to her mixer, and the reason why they're cross-dressing is because it's part of their job. They're like at like some host club thingy, and they're gonna be late, so they didn't have time to change. So yeah, the selling point, the thing that they're trying to sell here is I don't know. I think this is like secretly BL. Like I think this is like, what do you call that? Like if you're not sure if you want BL and you want to try it, like I feel like it's an entry to BL because it's kind of like male female, but it hides itself in a male to male. I don't know how to explain it. But basically, it's like BL, but it's not because they're females. Soft BL, basically. So if you're not into BL, but the fuck, I don't know how to explain it. They were doing like. The girls are acting guyish, actually. It's actually pretty interesting. It's pretty funny, the dynamic between like the 3 of them, because they're like gonna be 3 couples. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It was interesting enough for you to explain it properly, huh?
Oh, what, did I explain it properly? So it reminds me of this.
No, you did it so bad. It was so bad.
Okay, it reminds me of this anime called Zure Children, where each couple have
I do not want to watch an anime called something children.
They're not children. They're teens. So like these guys, they're like different. Each couple has their own dynamic, basically. So it's kind of like that. So the selling point is that each of these couple have a different dynamic, and they're just showing like those dynamics in a funny way because it's comedy and romance.
I see.
So that's basically the selling point of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
What'd you give it?
I give it a 6. Mostly because I do like the dynamic. It's pretty funny. I think there are like funny scenes, but this is a biased opinion again. I prefer males who in my anime that are the cool ones. So for this one, it's the girls that are cool, and the guys are the ones that are like, they're the bottom basically. They're the bottom in this anime.
Gotcha.
And I'm not into that. I prefer if the guys are the top. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I see.
Like Nozaki-kun. No, there's actually romance. In Nozaki-kun, there's no romance. What is BL? BL means boy love. It's like male to male.
Boys love yaoi. Male
Yaoi.
on male
Yaoi.
romance.
You think it's pronounced yaoi or yaoi?
Huh?
You think it's pronounced yaoi or yaoi?
What the fuck is yaoi?
Yaoi! I mean, it's spelled yaoi.
Yeah, yaoi.
I pronounce it as yaoi.
That's weird as hell.
Okay. Yeah, that's my opinion of it. Next. Nina the Starry Bride. You did not watch this. Did we watch this?
Nope.
Did I watch this?
This was on yours, I think.
Let me try to remember real quick by reading the synopsis. Nina had a rough
I remember. Okay.
start to...
So,
I
basically,
remember it
this
now as
anime
well.
is about Nina who was raised in the slums with two other kids who are also in the slums.
Yeah.
Basically, they're all orphans. They all got abandoned. And they made their life. They lived day by day by stealing food and stealing money and things like that. But just enough. Unfortunately, the youngest of the three gets sick and then passes away. And then the other one, who was the brother of the youngest one, ends up giving Nina into slavery. But what happens after is Nina gets bought by this prince of this kingdom of some kind of constellation or something like that. Like constellation and astrology plays a big part in this. Astrology? I don't know.
Really?
Plays a big part in this anime because everyone seems to be like born under a certain star or whatever, and that's a big part of their status and stuff, right? Basically, the younger half sister of this prince passes away in a tragic accident, and Nina is bought as a slave to impersonate her. And that's how it goes after that. And then it's like you're basically like, oh, I put into this situation, and I had to get used to this new life kind of thing.
Yeah, nothing much happened in the first episode, but that they just basically like laid out the plot where she gets bought and she has to now act like a priestess princess. She has to like let go of her street kid demeanor and practice basically.
Yeah. Oh, another plot point I forgot to point out. It seems to be setting up for a rom-com between the prince, that like the half brother, and her. But she is also being set to marry someone from another kingdom.
Yeah.
I think, or another family. So it's like a very strange, given the age difference. It's one of those ones, you know.
Yeah.
What I mean? Setting up for the rom-com between the half brother of the original sister and then
her, a young girl.
All that.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't think it's a love triangle. I think it's not a love triangle. But
it could be. It could be. We were never introduced to. We never. Yeah, because in episode 1 we were never introduced to
the other guy.
The person that she's arranged to marry. We were only introduced to the dude and her, and the queen and the king.
Yeah. How would you rate this?
The fact that it took me a while to remember what happened.
Same.
It was not that memorable for me.
Same.
I'd probably give it like a 4.
Yeah, I feel you. This trope is done and done since I have watched a lot of romance where she's forced to like live a different life, or she's forced to like marry somebody, and all that. And honestly, I'm actually impressed that you remember the part about like the astrology being important and all that, because that went to the back, like to I don't know. I didn't catch on that. Yeah.
This has been a common trope for you, Ray. A lot of things seem to go in one ear and out the other.
I maybe I was watching this with 3 hours of sleep. I don't really remember. But yeah, they also like there wasn't much good personality going on. Like maybe it's because it's only episode 1, but I felt like the characters were very lackluster. Like they didn't have anything special in them that would make you get attached to them, or like that would make you think that they're cool people. They seem to be very typical. You know what? They actually seem like NPCs, not gonna lie. Like, I don't think there's anything special about them so far in episode 1 at least, so it makes it like kind of boring. Yeah, I'd give it a 3. That plot sounds like a worse version of Ancient Magus. Oh, that's true. That's true. You know Ancient Magus?
I've never seen Ancient Magus.
Yeah, it's basically like this too, where she got sold to slavery, and then the person that bought her like had some romance thing going on eventually.
I see.
Yeah, so it's a done and done plot.
I heard Ancient Magus was good though.
It is pretty good. It is pretty good. So that's why we said this is like a worse version.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, watch MF Ghost. Ao no Libro. I remember this.
You remember this? Okay, I'll let you take this one then.
Okay.
I remember it too.
Oh, I'm so bad at explaining. I need to get better. Okay, so.
Do you want me to do it?
We can do it.
Okay. Oh, like me? Oh, okay. Okay, so from what I remember, this anime is it follows what's it called? This young boy, I forgot his name, right? Okay, first in the very first episode,
Neo.
they give us a premise of gives us a premise of Neo followed by a bunch of different samurai, right? In the first episode, they give us a premise of, and like he's known as like the Blue Wolf or something like that. So he becomes like some really cool guy. But the first episode after that is all about Neo working at I think it was like a dessert shop.
Yeah.
In the like 1800s of Japan, feudal Japan. And then 2 men who were part of the shogunate or some kind of other samurai organization come in, and they like apparently are hated in the area because they have a bad reputation, but they've been trying to figure out who's been kidnapping children in the area. And when Neo's other sister, but not real sister, they were both orphaned and brought in, like adopted by this grandma, she almost gets kidnapped. He tries his best to like protect her, but they almost, both get kidnapped, and he gets saved by the 2 samurai men. And then he's like, man, like I wish I could have the strength.
He said the line
to change.
The line that's so common. Tsuyoku naritai! Which means I want to go stronger.
Exactly.
Stronger.
He's like, I want to be stronger. And then the 2 samurai dudes are like, all right, kid, we'll take you in. We'll teach you the way of the samurai so you can get stronger and change the world. And then that's where the first episode leaves off at.
Yeah. How would you rate it?
I think it could be good if I just watch more episodes. The first episode wasn't captivating, but it built up the plot. I want to give it a 6.
I see. This is like my opinion as well. So, I would give it a 5 maybe. It's just that historical is not my kind of anime. Action is not my kind of anime, and I feel like this anime is all about that, like him getting stronger and them fighting people to become even stronger and all of that. The first episode also didn't like, I feel like it didn't really offer anything special. I feel like it's your typical I want to be strong kind of main character to protect my people. He feels very like a cookie cutter kind of MC. So far I haven't seen anything special about the main character. Yeah. Okay. Did we get to that? Yeah, we did that.
Like the only thing that will stand out apparently of the character special is that is like he has very high perception and awareness. But yeah, that's about it.
Like he noticed that the guy didn't really want to fight. Honestly, I feel like it wasn't anything special. So in the episode, he noticed that one guy didn't really want to fight or like hesitating to fight, but I felt like that's not really a special thing. I feel like it's obvious if somebody doesn't really want to fight, you know.
Well, it was other things like him noticing like, oh, like the dude didn't eat all his dango mochi.
That's so obvious too. Like if you see like a leftover food, you would think that they don't like it, right? Yeah, those are like not.
I mean, I
like
guess so
not
too.
that
Yeah,
special.
true.
So yeah, like
Yeah,
this
that's
story fails to actually make the person special. They tried to make him special, but the things that made him special were very lackluster. Like, oh yeah, he found out that he doesn't like dango because he had it left over. Like, duh, you know. Anyway, that's it. Okay, moving on. I wonder how far we are from acting. Maggie Lumiere. Oh. Okay, you did not watch this, right? I watched this.
You watched it? I watched a little bit of it.
Oh, I
see. And then I gave up. But
halfway?
Yeah, I think I gave it halfway. It was not captivating. But you go ahead.
Okay. So this anime is where there are a lot of magical girls, and they are now. It's like a typical job in this world now. Like just like your average salaryman, magical girls are also now salaryman. So Magical Lumiere is a company. It's a very small company where there's only one magical girl. So the story starts with Kana Sakuragi. So she's struggling to find a job because I believe she can't talk really well. Like she doesn't really have like she's bad at talking basically, and you fail interviews. Like her technical aspect is really good, but she always fails the interview. So what happened was when she was getting interviewed, there is a monster that appeared in the interview place, and then the magical girl from Magical Lumiere Company went to fight it, but apparently she needs help. So this girl volunteers like, oh, I can help, because she's a typical MC that's like, I want to be useful kind of character. So
oh, God.
Yeah. So she's like, I volunteer as tribute. I will help you. So she starts helping her, and then her specialty is, since she works really hard, so she actually researched about the technology and all that. So she was able to help the magical girl by telling her that, oh, this bullet is better. Oh, you're using the wrong bullet. Oh, I know how to use this app because I studied it. So that's basically her special trait. And that's basically it. Afterwards, I think she gets hired into Magical Lumiere, and that's where their adventure follows. That's it. I would give it a 5? I mean, maybe if you like magical girls, you would enjoy it. But for me, I felt like there was nothing special about this anime. Nothing was interesting. The characters were pretty typical, I want to help kind of character. Yeah, it wasn't really very enjoyable. I didn't click go next. I couldn't click go next. I was like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I remember watching halfway into this episode because I was like, oh, you know, like I don't want to miss another Madoka Magica, for example, like good action, good animation type of magical anime, right? And kind of dark themes. So I was like, you know, maybe this might be one of those. So I went in and watched it, and I skipped right to I got to the fight scene. And I watched the fight scene, and it was so lackluster, and the animation was so choppy, and I clicked off. I remember exactly, how I stopped. Yeah, that's what happened.
I see. Yeah. She's like Mike Wazowski, good technical but lost genetic game. Oh, I don't remember Monsters Inc., but I guess so. Oh,
yeah, the one big eye, skinny legs,
I
skinny
remember
arms,
who's Mike Wazowski, but I don't remember that he is good technical but lost the genetic game. I don't remember that plot.
I don't know about him being good technical, but look at him. He's like tiny. He's like a little ball. Of course, he lost his genetic game.
Yeah. Are you ball shaming right now?
Yeah, I'm ball shaming.
The fuck?
Mike Wazowski specifically.
I cancel you. The Mike Wazowski people are
Oh,
gonna
no.
cancel you. The people who are like balls.
Yeah, green skinned ball Cyclopses are gonna cancel me. I am so serious. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you're not. Okay, this one. A terrified teacher at Goal School. You wanna talk
I
about
can talk about this one. Actually, very interesting concept. I really liked it. Basically, human teacher who sucks at being a human teacher and got fired at every one of his teaching jobs gets hired by an old acquaintance of his family into this new school where he's going to be a homeroom teacher. Turns out though that in this school everybody is a yokai, which is demon or spirit or something in Japanese, and they all have some kind of like occult or supernatural kind of trait to them, right? And he was like, oh my god, oh no. He's like a coward and stuff, and he's like super scared. But he decides like, oh, I have no other choice because no other school would hire me. So he tries. Turns out he's actually the family descendant of a very powerful exorcist back in the day. And he just goes and starts teaching. And yeah, he just settles into his new life. I think this is like a slice of life comedy style anime with some action. It does seem like there's actually some action. And probably a good endearing cast of characters. I've only watched the first episode, but it was enough for us to really explain the concept of the anime and everything. So I'm very interested, and I was definitely gonna watch more. I remember after we watched it, I told Ray, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna watch more of this later.
Yeah.
So it was captivating enough and likable enough, and the plot was understandable, like easy to understand, and the animation is like not terrible. It's not mind-blowing again, but it's not terrible. I'm gonna give it like a 7.
Oh, that's pretty good. For me, I'm not sure why, but maybe I just wasn't feeling it when I was watching it, but I felt like it wasn't funny enough for me, or like it's not my kind of comedy, maybe. I honestly don't even remember if there were comedic scenes. I think the only comedic scene that I remember was that he wanted this girl to go to class because she's a Zashiki Warashi, and apparently it gives you good luck. So when she does go to school, he gets bad luck instead. Because apparently if the Zashiki Warashi wears red, it's bad luck instead of good luck. I think that's the only comedy part that I remembered, and that didn't make me laugh. So in terms of being like a comedy anime, I feel like it failed me because I couldn't laugh. But yeah, it definitely has a lot of potential since you can do so much with different kinds of yokai, right? Like you can do a lot of different comedies with you can set up different, comedic scenes with different powers and all that. So yeah, and they didn't really touch on his exorcist powers, so that there's the potential in that as well in the future. So it has potential, but the first episode for me was pretty lackluster, so I'd give it a 5. Could be better maybe in the later episodes, but for episode 1, it didn't catch my attention.
Okay, I would definitely say I'd really say the comic relief definitely comes.
Yeah, I lost your voice. Sorry.
Oh, wait, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, okay, that's better.
Oh, I was gonna say the comic relief definitely. A lot of the comedy definitely comes from just the teacher being a comic relief and being picked on by students.
Yeah.
That's why where most of it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not so much like it's meant to make you laugh. It's more so much like it's just kind of amusing to watch him get bullied by students.
I see. That's why you enjoy it, because you're the one who likes bullying. That's why, I guess.
What the heck? Don't say it like that. What the fuck?
Yeah, you're the bully, so you're like, oh, I can see this guy get bullied just like how I bully Ray and my other friends. I can see now why you like it.
Oh, you feel like I bully you?
Yeah, you bully me a lot, bro.
Oh, you feel bullied?
I do.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Skill issue.
Fuck you. Okay, anyway.
Skill issue.
Okay, next. Trillion Game. Okay.
I'll let you take this one because I want to see how much you remember.
Wait, you want to take it or I'm taking it?
No, I want you to take this one so I can see how much you remember.
Okay. So I don't really remember much of the name of the character. Let me just cheat a little bit. Haru and Manabu. Okay, so this anime is, in the first episode at least, they don't really discuss. It's not, for me, I think there is no game yet in the first episode, but they do talk about like having $1 trillion. So, firstly, there's this guy. Oh, I actually think I mixed up the animes. There's this guy. What
do you mean you mix with the anime?
Okay, because apparently this is the guy that's really good technically, but is really bad at interviews. He's really bad at social stuff. So like he's really good technical, but
oh, you mixed up the magical
yeah,
girl and this
I think so. But I think or maybe they have the same characters. So yeah, so this guy's really good technically, but
no, I'm just all right. I mean, full disclaimer, if she misinterpreted the magical anime, guys, I'm so sorry in advance.
I'm sorry too. Okay, anyway, so he goes on a lot of interviews and he fails them even though he's really good technically because, you know, I don't know, like people like lip talk. So one day they went to the same interview, these two. And then and he failed. But this guy, he managed to get in because he's good at lip service. At least he was good at talking. At least he's good at talking. Okay. So he got in. And then eventually, during the day of the orientation for new hires, this guy did not go to the hiring process. Instead, he talks with this guy and tells him that, yo, let's make a plan to make $1 trillion or something like that, or yen. I believe in your technical skills, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the reason why he believes in the technical skills is, I forgot to say this. Earlier, he was getting bullied, I believe, and then he saved him by hitting the people. You know, he's strong physically. But they were caught in the camera, so he was like, oh no, we're in danger because like we got caught by the CCTV. And then this guy's like, hey, let me just bring out this new laptop that I bought, and then he hacks the CCTV and deletes the footage. That's why this guy trusts him technically. So yeah, basically I think that's the plot. I'm not sure if I misinterpreted it because, like I said, I'm not the detail kind of person. That's why Xander is here to say if I misremembered things. So yeah, okay, either way.
Yes, okay. So Manabu just bought a new laptop and he was being robbed by thugs. And Haru comes in and saves him by beating the shit out of the thugs and goes, hey, we're in the same class. Why don't we ever talk? And yeah, he clears up the CCTV camera footage. Now, the thing that is really cool is they show, so Haru is like a Giga Chad type character. Like he like lies out his teeth. He is a fake it till you make it, but like he can, a lot of times he's not actually faking it.
Yeah, he's actually
like,
good.
He's actually good. Like he'll be like, I can speak any language. I can speak French, Japanese, Italian, English, blah, blah, blah. And the interviewer in the first episode asks him a question in French. And then the second half of the question is in Japanese. The interview is that orange hair lady you saw, this one, right? Chinese, right?
Yeah.
And then he responds with in the same exact language, but what he says is like, oh, how about because she was like, the question she asks is, would you become my dog if I hired you? And then he says, how about I make you beg like a puppy? And I'm like, whoa, this guy's fucking gangster, dude.
Yeah.
This guy's fucking gangster. And that really blew me away because the character's super cool. And it's also like in the scene where they delete the CCTV footage, it shows that this dude was planning to beat the shit out of the thugs, only because the truck was blocking the camera, so his crime wouldn't be caught. When the truck moves, that's when he's like, oh shit, like now we gotta dip. Yeah. So the guy is like, he gives that vibe of like, this dude like thinks ahead, and he's like, he's got like, so he plays mind games and shit. Like, really cool lead character, and his ambition is like, I want to make $1 trillion. I want to make so much money that it's fuck you money, and I can buy anything and everybody and everyone in the world. And like, I fuck with that, you know? Like he has ambitions and he wants to be a boss. So that's kind of like where I'm at with Trillion Game. I really like it. Yeah. I'm very biased to a Trillion Game. I give like an 8 out of 10 just because of character.
Yeah. Okay. I would give it maybe also an 8. I do like the character. I like the plot. I feel like there is gonna be a plot. The only thing that I am kind of disappointed with is, I guess they're laying the plot. I mean, in episode 1 at least. I feel like they didn't really touch the Trillion game. I want it to start immediately. I want to see them actually make the money immediately. But yeah, I mean, I guess they're just the first episode is just a character introduction kind of thing. But yeah, I do want to.
No, sorry. Finish your thought.
Sorry, I do want to watch more because I want to know, like, I want to know his thoughts. I want to know how he is gonna reach $1 trillion. I do hope that it's not like Deus Ex Machina where things happen because it happens. Like, I want there to actually have a plan, and hopefully he does actually have a plan and they will execute it really, really well. That's what I'm hoping for this anime. Yeah. What you're gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say it was so funny because when we were watching this whole time, you're like, oh my god, like I can't wait till they get to the Trillion game. and I'm like, Ray, do you think this is Squid Game or something?
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought it was kind of like that kind of anime where they're gonna play a game for $1 trillion. So at this whole time when I was watching the episode 1, I was like, when are they gonna start playing? And apparently it's not like that. Damn it. I mean, it's still interesting nonetheless. Yeah, it's still interesting nonetheless.
It's yeah. I think the idea is like Haru is like, yo, getting $1 trillion is like a game to me. Is like what the idea is, which is he's Giga Chad.
Yeah, that's cool. I am the one episode and drop kind of anime watcher. Not really. I honestly don't. If I read the synopsis and it's not interesting, I don't watch it completely. It's just that for this particular podcast, we had to watch one episode of anime, which is truly suffering, honestly. Suffering. Okay.
I mean, we saw some gems though. Like I did not expect the Trillion game as much, but
yeah, and the Tsuma, the wife turning into elementary school. Your model, you look sleepy. You're sleepy? Huh? You look sleepy.
Oh no, so I was scratching my head. I was scratching behind my ear. There's this itch that I was trying to get.
I was like, oh, your thing looks like it's falling asleep. Okay. Am I gonna do this every season, like fall, summer, winter? It depends. If people are interested.
Yeah, if people like this, then we could totally keep doing this.
Yeah.
And have it be more structured, have slides and everything.
Yeah, and also actually have it after the first episode rather than halfway through the season, something like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting.
Exactly.
That requires planning though. You can do that. Okay, maybe if there's no TFT. Next. Yeah, this guy.
Maybe it's not a me thing. It's just you like.
What?
All right. Anyways.
What do you mean a me thing? Nothing. Hello?
No, nothing. You said no TFT. What the heck?
No, I didn't say no TFT. I said maybe we could do it if there is no TFT event, so you're actually available, and you're not brain rotting on TFT. That's what I meant.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Acro Trip. I watched this. You didn't, right?
I did not know.
Let me remember real quickly. That means it's not that memorable. Oh, okay, now I remember. So this is gushing over magical girls. Do you guys know gushing over magical girls? Do you know gushing over magical girls?
What do you mean?
So gushing over magical girls is an anime from last season where the main character is really into magical girls, and then she became a. Was
it the ecchi one?
Yeah, the ecchi one.
The ecchi one.
The ecchi one.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't watch that, but I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Okay. So she's I'm gonna explain gushing first. Okay. So the main character in gushing becomes a villain to stop the magical girls, but since she's really into magical girls, she actually wants them to be better. She wants them to be the lead. So what she does is, it's kind of like the villainess where she tries her best to become evil so the magical girls will shine. Because the harder the fight, the shinier the things get.
Yeah.
So that one is really ecchi because the magical girl does ecchi stuff to the... I mean, the villain does magical stuff to magical girls. Did I say that right? Fuck, I'm not sure. Okay, anyway.
The villain does magical stuff to the magical girls.
Sorry. The villain, the girl villain, does ecchi stuff to the magical girls. Like, she traps them in like slimy tentacles and all that. It's really ecchi. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, and it was like plants and stuff like rubbing against it. It's like tentacle style things.
Yeah,
I know
tentacle style stuff.
I watched one episode and I said this is not for me.
Yeah, same. And then there's like slapping stuff happening as well in that anime. Anyway, let's talk about this anime. So yeah. So this one is like gushing over magical girls, but the difference is it's not ecchi. So there's this girl, the purple haired girl named Date Chizuko. So she really likes the magical girl named Kaju no Ichigo. So she's a super fan, and then her mortal enemy is the guy named this guy, Chroma. So they always broadcast the fight between the magical girl and the evil guy, and what Chizuko noticed is that the guy is very lackluster. Like, he always gets defeated pretty easily, and she hates that. She was like mumbling to herself, and then apparently the guy was behind her. So he was like saying, "Oh yeah, then what should the evil villain do?" Blah 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 blah. And she was like saying suggestions and all that. And then eventually, he tried to convince her to help him be a better villain. Because both of them actually really like the magical girl. So it's like, okay, we should make like the most evil thing. You help me plan the evil stuff so she can shine brighter. Something like that. So basically that's the whole premise. That's the whole plot of this anime. It's these guys working together to like make evil stuff so the magical girl looks good, basically. So kind of like gushing over magical girls, gotcha. But not ecchi. It's pretty wholesome. I see. Okay. I would give it a 6. I mean, you can watch it if you have nothing else, but I feel like there's really nothing special about it. When I watched it, I didn't really laugh, even though it's supposed to be comedy.
Like a comedy?
Yeah, it wasn't as funny. Yeah, there's not much going on. It's supposed to be funny because it's comedy, but since it's comedy and I didn't laugh, I give it like a low score. Maybe it gets better? I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I recommend it only if you have nothing else to watch and you're into magical girls, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next. So this was supposedly on Xander's list.
This is the second one. Yeah, the second one that I did not watch. Fortunately.
Yeah, he didn't get to watch like 3 from his list, so unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, next. You're into magical girls. Okay. The stories of girls who can be magicians. You want me to do this or you want to do this?
Well, I don't remember this at all.
We watched.
Was it not on your list?
This.
Did we?
Yeah. You remember? Okay, I'm gonna.
No, I'm lost.
Wait, maybe I watched this alone. I'm not sure. Okay, so. Oh wait, maybe I did watch it alone. I don't remember anymore. I watched so much anime.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
Okay, so there's the main character is... I'm not sure if this is the main character. I don't think she is. So the main character, the purple-haired girl here, so she's always at the top of the class. So when it's time to like get into a magical school, she actually fails to get into the magical division for some reason.
I remember this.
You remember now?
I do remember this. I remember now. Yeah.
Okay, so she fails to get into the magical division. So now she's studying in the normal division, and then there's this teacher that appeared, and she was like, "I'm gonna teach you guys magic," and they're like, "Oh, what? We can learn magic despite not being adept at magic or something like that."
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, I think the whole plot of it is that magic has been lost throughout the years, the real magic where they don't really need like fancy gadgets, because in this world they need gadgets like these books to cast spells, but the teacher can cast spell without the book. So yeah, so that's basically the plot. They're trying to learn the old style magic and, you know, adventure with friends and grow relationships and all that, basically.
Yeah, from what I remember, it started with the main character. She was inside her home on a rainy day, and then she was like, oh, I want to see like the fireworks or something that was happening outside, but she couldn't because it was raining. So she was like, Grandma, I'm gonna go draw a weather rune, because magic in this world is operated with runes. So she drew a weather or a glyph or something like that, and then she went outside and tried to use it, but it wasn't strong enough because, you know, she's just like a little girl. Yeah, and then she goes aside and then she meets this giant mage, or not this giant mage, but this mage, this really powerful mage, and she clears out the entire sky. Yeah, she clears out the entire sky, and then the mage gives this girl, our main character, her old book, her old magic casting book, which is only given to members of the mage class. She unfortunately did not make it to the mage class. She was given a regular student handbook, but she still has the magical book. And we only saw the first episode, but I'm assuming that's going to come into play at some point.
Yeah.
And this is the teacher that showed up.
Yeah, lolly teacher.
Yeah, lolly teacher. Apparently she's like super powerful or something like that. But yeah. And then we introduced like a whole cast of characters, who I'm assuming we're going to get used to, but yeah, very it looks interesting. I feel like it could become something that has a good plot, or like the animation wasn't bad. Animation was fluid. The art style itself is very cute, and like it's like a pastel kind of style of art. It's fluid. It's not bad. I think it's just maybe me not being so into magical girls, and expecting like some more like high like octane action. I don't remember it. It wasn't memorable for me, but I don't think it's bad, and I think it's worth giving a chance. I'm gonna give it like a 6.
I think this reminds me of Little Witch Academia, where it's magical girls trying to like get better at magic and all that. I think it's pretty cute. It's about friendship and all that. It's not my kind of anime, but I do think it will be enjoyable in the future. It's something that's enjoyable, so I think I would give it a 7. And it is pretty I'm not sure. I guess I'm just a sucker for like magical stuff, so yeah. I do want to learn like actually no, the plot is yeah, like lost magic, or like magic that apparently a lot of people forgot that they can do, is something that's been used again and again, so that's why I'm kind of meh about the plot, but I think it's interesting. Yeah. Okay, I wonder how far we are from ending. There's so much anime.
It's a lot of anime, bro.
Hi Gakura. So
I don't remember this.
So I think this is the third one that you didn't get to watch.
No, it's not. This was not on my list.
Are you sure?
Was it on my list?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? I don't remember this being on my list.
It's on the pinned post. Let me check real quickly.
Keck.
It is. It's the last one. It's the last one.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is the last one on my list. Okay, yeah. No, I didn't. But okay. I'm kind of sad I didn't get to watch this, because it actually had a very interesting premise, right? Place another world where there are gods. Evil gods support this world by acting as pillars. Called Kashikan. Yeah, I think this is a very interesting concept. Foster father, a tiger, was captured to act as a replacement of the 4 gods who ran away. Recapture evil gods and take back the peaceful life that used to live. I need to give this a chance. I forgot what happened. I think I wanted to watch this, but I just ran out of time.
Yeah, ran out of time. It's pretty low rated though for some reason. I don't know why.
It looks interesting. I feel like it's maybe it looks like it's I mean, if the action scenes are very bad, I'm not gonna watch it. Like, I'm not gonna like it. But it seems interesting. I feel like it could be something that could be good. The characters look cool.
Oh, I thought it's like you're not kind of style. Anyway. Okay, we're going next. Funiru wa kawaii slime. This is my anime. Okay, so There's this child. He was like playing with a slime, like you know those slimes where you mix things and then you slime it. You know, like those TikTok brain rot videos.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was
Yeah.
he was doing that, and then he tripped, and then the slime turned into his drawing, which is like a penguin, I believe. So yeah, and then eventually, I don't see anything special in the anime. I mean, if you're into slimes, I guess. If you like wholesome anime where they depict how people develop their relationship together as a slime and as a human, as childhood friends, as like a coming to age kind of thing, because like I think they're like teenagers, probably like 12 years old or something like that. So yeah, it's not my kind of anime. I don't really know who this appeals to. If this appeals to you, let me know what you find appealing about it. So yeah,
if only Pia was here.
Oh, true! Pia P! Oh, true! Damn.
Only Pia was
Pia is
here to
cute.
explain to us.
Pia appeals to me. But the anime, nah. Yeah, I'd probably give it a 2. Skip it. Don't waste your time. Just watch Pia instead. She's entertaining. Okay, if you're gonna watch slime, just watch Pia.
True.
Yeah, describe the slimy situations.
I will say though, it might be worth giving a shot just because Toho Animation is the studio behind it, so that might be interesting.
I think this is a different Toho.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it different Toho?
Oh wait, no. Oh, Toho.
Freerin.
Oh wait, what? No way.
Oh wait, the Freerin spinoff. The Freerin spinoff.
It's just a spinoff. It's not the real one.
Yeah, but the anime to a lot of it was really well received.
I see.
Yeah, Hitori no Goto.
Fine.
I mean, Toho was a big animation studio.
No, I think you're talking about a different Toho.
Really?
Yeah, let me Google. Toho Studio.
No,
not Toho. Oh.
No, it's TOHO.
Really?
Big. I recognize their logo.
I don't. Yeah, Freerin is Madhouse.
Can you go to their?
You wanna go to their website?
Yeah, can you go back to their? Their website, I guess. I don't know why you would go to the images.
Maybe like they show their anime.
What do you expect?
They show their anime
What do you
in the images.
expect?
No. It's not loading. I feel like you're thinking about a different anime studio, honestly. Because they only have one anime that's like famous, which is the Kusuria no Hitori Goto.
No way. Hold on, let me Google this real quick.
I mean, we can literally see here, bro.
I'm checking Wikipedia right now.
Okay. Oh, dude, we're almost done.
Hey, let's go.
Okay. While you Google that.
Psycho Pass. Toho Animation did Psycho Pass.
No way.
Yeah, they did Psycho Pass. They did Haikyuu. They did Monster Musume.
Oh,
I guess they're the producer.
Yeah, they're not the.
I guess they're mainly a yeah. See, look, they produced.
Wait, what?
Okay, so they're not really.
This looks different.
But they produced JJK. They produced Dr. Stone. They produced a lot of different stuff.
I think.
Maybe this is their in-house animation studio or something.
Yeah, probably like a smaller branch of them.
Like it's the same. See, look at the logo. Yeah, I was like, I swear I've seen the logo before.
Okay, fine. You're right. Damn it. He's right.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay.
Huge, dude.
Next.
I think this one's you, right?
Yeah, it's me. Kinoko Inu Mushroom Pup. So this story follows of like a guy. His dog died. His dog of 17 years died, and oh, his voice is louder. Sorry, and chat didn't tell me. My bad. Okay. What was I saying? So this follows the.
Do I do a volume check?
Is that better? I lowered his volume.
What did you have me on Discord? What did you have me at on Discord?
The thing is, like, your volume keeps changing. I have you on 88. I could lower it in Discord.
I think it's literally like maybe like the distance from my mic or something.
Yeah, probably.
Because if I like stand back here and then it's like this.
Honestly, I blame chat. Nobody told us. We've been yapping for like hours. Okay, anyway, so this anime follows the guy. He had a 17-year-old dog that died while he was on a work trip, so he was really, really sad. And then one day he saw a pink mushroom grow on his backyard. And then one day that pink mushroom turned into a creature, this one, that looks like a dog. So yeah, eventually this dog burnt the old dog's things. I don't know why. But yeah, this anime is about this anime is about like the relationship of this guy and the dog. So if you really like, you know, cute, wholesome anime about relationship between a human and a pet, I would recommend it. But for me, like I said, I'm not into slice of life or drama. I don't think I enjoyed it too much. So yeah, I would give it a 6. That's all I can say about this. There wasn't really much that happened in the first episode. That's why, like, that's all I could say about it. Yeah, if you're like a dog person and they like drama.
It's like really cute. It's like one of those like cute.
It's not, they didn't really show a lot of cute scenes. Cause like I feel like half of the anime the dog wasn't there yet. It was just a mushroom growing.
Oh, I see.
So yeah,
okay, that makes sense.
So it's about like it's about their friendship and all that. Okay, next. This one is not really an anime. 4 minutes. I tried it, so there wasn't much happening. It's like random scenes.
Gotcha.
This one.
Dude, this one was so fucking bad.
It was.
Guys, this is an anime made of GIFs.
Yeah,
it's literally just a voice. It's an anime made of GIFs.
Yeah.
And like text messages that aren't voice acted.
I think like 70% of the anime is the text messages. That's not voice acted.
We watched the first episode and it was just a bunch of text messages. And it's just like it looks so interesting, but like
the synopsis
when we watched the first episode, the synopsis seems so interesting, but when we watched the first episode, it was just this girl locked in her room the entire time, texting to her mom, and like the entire anime episode was just her texting her mom.
Yeah, and there wasn't
like,
even voice acting during the texting.
Yeah, no voice acting during the texting.
So yeah, but
it was very selective voice acting here and there.
Yeah. But apparently it's like the plot seems so good because like it's about like, you know, dying people and all that, lockdowns, mystery, psychological. But yeah, I feel like this is better off as like a novel or something. Like why did I even try to animate it, man? There was no effort made. I feel like there was no effort made.
Yeah, like they should just
I feel like they shouldn't have done it.
They should just kept it as a manga or something.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bad.
I don't really know the reason behind them making this. I don't understand. Maybe like some higher ups really wanted to animate this, and then they're like, oh, we don't really have budget. But they're like, no, I want it now with this small budget. And then this is what happened. That's my guess.
Yeah, I give it a 0.
I give it a, don't bother.
Don't bother.
Give it a 0, don't bother.
Actually, just don't bother.
Yeah. This one I really wanted to watch this, but as of late,
it wasn't out.
It's not available on Crunchyroll and other legal websites. So yeah. Okay. This one is not an anime. 2 minutes.
I think that's the end.
We're done! Yay!
Let's
the suffering is over!
It's over!
Oh gosh. Holy shit. Honestly,
we watched a lot of anime.
Yeah. And
wow.
I hated it. I hated suffering. It was so suffering. Yeah, it's like you're supposed to enjoy anime, but what we did was I feel like we tortured ourselves. So they don't have to.
Okay. Give us let's go through this one more time though and just quickly say which one do you recommend again? So Dan Dan Dan, recommend.
Recommend, yeah, recommend. Dan Dan Dan. Uzumaki, recommend. Definitely watch.
Right? Recommend. Yeah, I recommend it. Yeah.
Ao no Hako.
Ao no Hako, I don't recommend it.
No, I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chi,
Chi,
Chikyu.
I recommend it.
Give it a
I
try.
actually recommend it.
Yeah, give it a try. Might be
Yeah,
your
give
kind
it
of
a try.
thing. Kimi wa Maid-sama.
Kimi wa Maid-sama?
No. It's your
No?
typical
Okay.
shit. Yeah. It's typical. Nothing
Got it.
special. No, I don't recommend it. Race wa Taninga.
Okay.
Recommend.
I recommend it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it sounds
recommend
it's pretty interesting, I think.
Mhm.
Next are 365 Days to
Kekkonsuru.
the Wedding. I don't recommend it.
I actually do recommend it. Give it a try. You might like it.
Really? I see. I guess you could
Yeah.
try, but
Yeah.
for me, I feel
Definitely
like
recommend
it's
people to
lackluster.
try it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hitoribochi Isekai. I would recommend it if you're an isekai trash like me.
I don't recommend it. I don't think it's different enough from other isekai slop.
I see. Okay,
Hmm.
next. Let this grieving soul retire. I don't recommend it.
You don't recommend it?
Yeah, I feel like
I didn't see it.
I see, because like the first episode, literally nothing happened. Literally nothing special happened. Literally nothing special. I feel like maybe it gets better, but for
Got
just
it.
based on episode 1, I won't really feel like there's other animes to watch that are better.
Mhm.
Okay, next.
Alright.
Mao!
Mao 2099.
Recommend!
100% recommend.
Definitely watch
100%.
that!
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Something made by JC staff that's actually pretty good. God.
Yeah. Okay, next. I become the villainess who goes down in history. Recommend. I enjoyed every bit of
Yeah.
it.
Sounds like I recommend.
Recommend.
Most
Talker.
most
Talker.
notorious talker.
It's your
100%
thing.
recommend this.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, 100% recommend this. It's so good.
You think I'd like it based on my
I think you
likes?
like it if you enjoy an MC that isn't afraid to get his hands dirty, and he gets his
Ah.
hands like very dirty.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting then. Tie the knot with an Amagami sister. Don't waste
Do
your
not
time.
recommend.
Don't waste your
Yeah,
time.
don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time. Unless you're into ecchi, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, don't waste your time. Do-over damsel conquers the dragon emperor. I'm kind of scared, bro.
Why?
I'm scared of
Why?
recommending
Why are you
it.
scared?
Because there's a friend that's gonna be cancelled. Oh, I'll leave it up to you. You can
It's up to
try
you.
it.
No, I mean,
you can try it.
Yeah, I mean, so you recommend it?
Yeah, I recommend. I guess I recommend it.
You recommend it? You recommend the romance between a 10-year-old and a 19-year-old?
There's not 10. She's 17 mentally, and they don't do physical stuff. Okay, they don't
Okay,
do
let's
physical
move on
stuff.
from
Okay,
the
anyway,
topic.
let's move on.
Anyways, that's the next one.
This one we didn't watch.
Yeah.
The
we didn't
healer was
watch, can't
banished
say.
from his party. Don't recommend. Don't waste your time. Nothing special.
All right. Okay. Next. No, not that one.
Sumasho.
Uh,
Recommend.
I actually do recommend this.
Yeah,
I
it's
actually do recommend this.
It's interesting. The mother who became a child. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Mecha Ure.
Mecha Ude, don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time. Don't
Even
watch
though
it.
it looks so interesting, it's actually you're just disappointed. You'll just be disappointed.
Yeah, don't watch it. I don't like
Yeah.
it either. Nega Posse
Okay.
Angler.
Mhm.
I
What's
recommend
yours?
you to try it at least. Maybe it's your kind of anime. It is pretty.
100% recommend it.
Uh.
Just because of an amazing animation sequence in the first episode. It just the kind of care that they put into that scene is so good.
Okay, next. How I attended an all guys mixer. Maybe if you like BL, I would recommend it. It's pretty interesting. The dynamic is interesting. You didn't
Nina the
watch
Starry
that?
Bride.
Nina the Starry Bride. No, not for me.
I don't recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't waste
I
your
don't
time.
recommend
Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Next
Next one's Ano Miburo.
I don't.
This one is a little tough.
Feels like the
I
plot
want to
happens
say-
later on, so we didn't really know much
Yeah.
about it.
I feel like this is one of those give it 3 episodes and see how you feel
Yeah.
type of anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I at this point I say
Try it.
if based on the first episode alone, which is all I've watched, I actually don't recommend it. It
Yeah.
feels kind of typical
Lackluster.
feudal
強く
Japan.
なりたい!
Yeah, feudal Japan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't like it. Not recommend. Next.
Magie Lumiere.
Magie Lumiere. No, don't waste your
I
time.
do not recommend this.
Nothing
Yeah,
special
I don't
about
recommend
it.
this.
Terrified teacher at Ghoul School.
I recommend this 100%. I feel like there's something for everybody to kind of enjoy.
I mean, you could try it, but if your taste is the same as mine, I don't recommend. Trillion Game. 100% recommend.
Recommend 100%.
Watch
recommend.
it.
Yeah,
Watch it if you haven't.
Very interesting.
Okay, next. Somebody said hi to you on
Which
YouTube. Ella Birds.
Hi, Ella Bird.
Okay,
Hello.
next. The girl who can't be magicians. I would recommend it. I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think the color palette and the art style is interesting and is worth giving a try. I recommend it.
Yeah. Funui wa kawaii slime. Don't recommend. Just watch Pia P.
I actually recommend it
Really?
based on I didn't see the episode. I only saw the PV, but it looked kind of interesting. It looked like a nice slice of life, comfy, calm, relaxing kind of
I guess.
anime.
If you're into that.
It's something that you could watch if you're just eating, I don't know,
I'd rather watch something
marshmallows,
else.
drinking hot chocolate.
I think I'd
Kinda
rather
vibe.
watch something else if I'm eating
Fair, that's
marshmallows
fair,
and
that's fair.
chocolate. Yeah.
That's fair. But I think yeah, you might like how cute it is, maybe.
Yeah. Kinoko Inu.
That's all you.
No. I mean, I guess if you like slice of life, cute stuff, I would recommend it. But if your taste is the same as mine, I won't recommend it. You're just gonna get bored. Kankin Quickie level X. No. Don't waste your life.
Nope.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
It's better to play
Hell
like
no.
Dora and League than watch this
my
slop.
God, at the same time, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
better to play at the same time than watch this.
Yeah, exactly. It's better to stare at a wall or watch paint dry, not gonna lie. Maybe that's therapeutic. Okay, we're finished! Yay!
Yay! Wait, Ray, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Scroll back up.
Yeah, it's that bad. It's so bad. I mean, you could try it just to see how bad it is.
Scroll down a little. Have you watched? You passed it. Scroll up. Up. Have you watched Shangri-La Frontier?
No. Is it good?
Okay. The last season was like 2 seasons ago, so it's still relatively new. I think the first season came out at the beginning of 2024, and this is the second season. It is an amazing anime. Yeah, it's so sick.
Do you think I'd like it based on my tastes?
Here, I'll tell you what it's about. The anime is about VR diving, like a VR game called Shangri-La Frontier. But what this guy, the main character is he really likes playing trashy VR games. He likes to play games that are terrible and have terrible mechanics and like keep fucking you over because he wants to challenge himself to beat trashy games. But then, so he's like a pro gamer essentially at this point, because he can beat like the worst games. But he goes into Shangri-La Frontier, which is a god tier VR game, and he just like does some cool ass shit, and it's pretty good. Animation's really good. Like I did not expect how good the animation was, but it's really good. Characters are very likable. I definitely recommend you try this at some point.
Okay. Is it full of action?
He's like just imagine like a character who loves to play like freaking like only up, but he's like just goated as a gamer, and then he starts playing games that are
I honestly thought that this was like a fantasy anime about a half human, half bird. So I was putting it off, like based on the poster. Apparently, it's a VR game.
He's fucking pog as shit, dude. The main character. He's like, yeah. He wears a bird mask because
he's ugly.
Never mind. I don't want spoilers.
Okay, yeah. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
But there's a reason he's wearing a bird mask. There's a reason he's wearing a bird mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you hear a bird on Dora's face. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Okay. Woohoo! We're done. The suffering is over. I'm honestly freaking relieved, bro. It's so much suffering. So much suffering. Okay.
It was quite a bit of suffering, but it was yes. we
Yeah.
made it through.
Okay. We did that for you guys. I hope you guys had. We didn't really find any hidden gem, you know, because like these low
Trillion
scored animes are. What? Oh
Trillion.
yeah, Trillion
I
Game.
think
Trillion
Trillion
Game. Was it low score?
It had like a.
Oh yeah, 6.96. Yeah, that is a hidden gem. I feel
6.96,
like.
Yeah.
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 Woohoo! Okay, bro. Are you ready for some Minecraft? Wait, let me just say goodbye to YouTube because I'm gonna go to the other VOD.
Okay.
Hey YouTube! I hope you guys enjoyed our in-season review of Fall 2024 animes, and I hope you guys found animes that you guys would like to watch based on our recommendations. And you're welcome for saving time and not watching animes that are actually bad. Anything you want to say to them
Yeah.
before we leave?
Nope, nothing else. I just hope you guys all enjoyed, anime review thing. And if you guys want to see more of these for every season,
Let us
preferably
know.
we might start doing these like at the beginning of every season, so only one episode has passed by, so you guys don't have to watch it yourself. Let us know. We're happy to do more, and next time we better prepare.
We're happy to suffer for you guys. That's how much we like you. Not really, but yeah.
What the hell? What?
What? I like my viewers.
Nothing.
My viewers are nice.
Yeah. You said just kidding, not really.
Huh? Did I say that? Huh?
Yeah.
Eh?
Okay, it's fine.
Eh?
Yay!
Yay! Okay, bye YouTube. You will be redirected to our Minecraft stream because we will be playing Minecraft Hardcore. I will be playing Hardcore for the first time, and we will attempt to actually finish it, hopefully, with it before we pass out because it's almost our bedtime soon. So yeah. Okay, see you YouTube. See you all on the next
Bye
VOD.
YouTube.
Bye YouTube. You'll be redirected. Stay if you're interested in Minecraft, and if you have to leave, rest well. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your day. Bye.